Welcome to the Northwest Sports Fanatics YouTube channel. I am your host, Orion. I got a great show for you here today. The Seattle Mariners versus the St. Louis Cardinals. First pitch is going to be here in just a moment. So let's cue up the music, take a look at the thumb, and we'll get into the starting lineups as soon as we can. Happy Saturday, everyone. You're early in the air. Be a good one. Matthew Liberatore on the mound, 0-1 record with a 3.67 ERA, and leading off against the lefty will be right fielder Rob Refsnyder. First pitch from Liberatore to Rob Refsnyder, fouls that one off towards third base. 92 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Michelle in the building, Marine Bean in the building. What's good? A little bit early of a start here on the West Coast, 11:15 a.m. in the morning. 0-1 pitch, fouls that one out of play. Four-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour there by Liberatore. No balls and two strikes with nobody on and no out. 0-0 here early between the Mariners and the Cardinals. Oh-2 pitch, high and away. One ball and two strikes to Rob Refsnyder. Refsnyder leading off in right field. Batting second will be DHing today, big dumper Cal Raleigh. And in the three-hole, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. 1-2 pitch and a little bit of a check swing, and he goes around, and that is the end of Rob Refsnyder striking out swinging, and hopefully Rob will be somewhat efficient. I mean, I don't know how long Liberatore is going to last. I'm not sure if we're going to get two at-bats for Refsnyder or 4 or 5, but hopefully he'll be able to get on with a walk or at least some type of single or double, maybe even an unexpected home run. Down goes Rob. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. First pitch, high and away. Cutter, 91 miles an hour there by Liberatore. One ball and no strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And again, Liberatore with an 0-1 record, ERA of 3.67, the lefty. And big dumper batting from the right side here early on. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking low and away. Four-seam fastball, 95 miles an hour there by Liberatore. One ball and one strike to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. Let's go, Cal. 1-1 pitch and a nice little line drive there into shallow left field. And again, when Cal homers, it's fantastic. But again, it's always nice to be able to see Cal get on base with a single type of swing. And again, there's going to be home run swings and there's going to be single swings. And that was a beautiful follow-through swing to pull that baseball into left field. I love it. Nice job there by Cal Raleigh. Let's see if we can keep the rally going here in the three-hole. Center fielder Julio Rodriguez. On deck, cleanup hitter, the hero in the last two games for the Mariners against the A's and first game against the Cardinals yesterday, Josh Naylor. First pitch is low and away with the splitter, 1-0 count. One 0 pitch, fouls that one off. Four-seam fastball, 94 miles an hour there by Liberatore. One ball and one strike to Julio Rodriguez. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. One pitch. Gets a piece of that one, fouls that one out of play. Change up 89 miles an hour. One ball and two strikes to Julio Rodriguez. 1-2 pitch. High and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Top of the first inning, runner at first, big dumper Cal Raleigh getting a single there into left field. And again, Cal having to start off batting from the right-hand side. So far, so good. Two pitch. Low and at the knees, slider 87 miles an hour there to Julio Rodriguez. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. 3-2 pitch, hard hit ball, deep left field, back, gone! Upper deck home run. Julio Rodriguez with his second home run of the season, bringing the magic for the Mariners here early. We got off to a good start in game number 1, and Julio Rodriguez, 402 feet in the double-decker area. Cal Raleigh on board, 2-0 Mariners. Let's go. Way to bring the electricity early, Julio Rodriguez and Cal Raleigh. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. And again, for Julio to only have one home run, with about almost 30 games in, this is game number 28. It feels really good for him to hold that trident up. And again, hopefully that'll be a hot streak that'll continue for the Seattle Mariners. We're starting to heat up with guys that were very poor, Cal, Julio, and Naylor early in the year in the first 10 to 15 games. But now within the last 10, things are getting much better. First pitch to Josh Naylor, big swing and a miss, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss again. Slider, 87 miles an hour on back-to-back pitches there from Liberatore. No balls and 2 strikes to Josh Naylor. Let's go. 0-2 pitch, and that is strike 3 looking, and that is 2 away. Down goes Josh Naylor, but he has been very productive within the last few games. And again, Julio Rodriguez with that home run, very eerily similar to the Josh Naylor home run last night. Almost like a golf swing. This time, though, Julio gets a hold of that one and crushes it into the upper deck. Beautiful. Next up is Randy Arozarena. First pitch into left field, and he gets a nice potential double. Get in there, head first, safe. There we go. Mariners are rolling here early, and we love that. Matthew Liberatore having a mini meltdown here in the first inning. We love it. 0-1 record, ERA of 3.67, but almost every batter besides Rob Refsnyder finding a way to do some damage. Refsnyder and Naylor get out. Cal, Julio, and Randy are producing. Now let's see if JP can knock him home in the 6-hole. Shortstop, JP Crawford. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. Fantastic start here early. First pitch from Liberatore to Crawford. Takes a strike looking high and inside. Sinker 94 miles an hour, 0-1 count. And I was a little concerned on, this morning start, obviously on the West Coast for us. It's obviously early afternoon there in St. Louis, but, anytime you have to play a little bit earlier than normal instead of playing in the evening, sometimes, it takes a while for those guys to get going, but apparently they got enough sleep last night. The vibes are high, 2 in a row. And again, we're trying to go for 3. 1-1 pitch. Big swing and a miss there by JP. Slider, 85 miles an hour there by Liberatore. And again, we don't do very well, against left-handed pitching. So for us to be able to get all of these hits early on, Cal and Randy, as well as the big home run by Julio, it's kind of shocking. But again, I'm very pleasantly surprised. 1-2 pitch. And Randy trying to steal third, and he's safe. Unbelievable. It looked like the throw was there early, but somehow Randy avoided the tag, and now we got Randy Arozarena hustling. Someone pinch me. Is this real? Now, if we can end up having him hustle in left field on ground balls, then that's another story. But on the bases, he's been definitely showing a little bit more effort within the last 5 to 10 games. Running the bags, a little bit harder, running to first a little bit harder. And that's definitely, something that you like to see out of a guy, that has all-star talent, offensively. And obviously on pop-ups we can trust, just not so much on ground balls. 2-2 pitch to JP Crawford. Fouls that one out of play. Slider, 85 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at third, Randy Arozarena. Now, if we could get one more run in this inning, I don't want to get too greedy here, but again, when you can get off to a really good start against a team like the Cardinals, who is a good team this year, getting an early 3-0 lead would be magnificent. 2-2 pitch. And JP Crawford with a little slow dribbler, and it's just not enough to get Randy to come home. Toe tap on the bag, but again, we'll take the early 2-0 lead. Cal Raleigh obviously getting on board with a single swing with a little blooper there into left field, and Julio cleans it up with a double-decker home run. We love that. I love the Mariners. Let's go. Nice job. 2-0 start here for Seattle. Let's go to the bottom of the first inning and see who's up next here for the Cardinals. And we had Julio on the thumb here today. I had a good feeling. Leading off for the Cardinals at second base, J.J. Weatherholt. Batting second, DHing today, caught yesterday, Ivan Herrera. And batting third, first baseman Alec Burleson. And then going through the rest of the lineup, since we didn't really have a whole lot of time to do that early on. Batting fourth, right fielder Jordan Walker, who started off hot with 8 home runs in the first 15 games, but has been in a little bit of a mini slump. 5-hole hitter, third baseman Nolan Gorman. In the 6-hole, shortstop Mason Wynn, a very crafty offense and defensive player. Batting seventh, playing left field today. Center field yesterday, Nathan Church. And then you get new additions in the 8 and the 9-hole. Pedro Pajes in the 8-hole, and he's going to be catching here today for St. Louis. And in the 9-hole will be Victor Scott in center field. And then to go through the Mariner lineup really quickly, leading off for the Mariners, right fielder Rob Refsnyder, as we saw. Big dumper Cal Raleigh DHing today in the 2-hole. Julio Rodriguez in center field hitting that home run in the top of the first inning. That was fantastic. Cleanup hitter in the 4-hole, first baseman Josh Naylor. In the 5-hole, left fielder Randy Arozarena. In the 6-hole, shortstop J.P. Crawford. In the 7-hole, catching today is Mitch Garver. And the 8-hole, second baseman Cole Young. And in the 9-hole, getting a chance to play over Leo Rivas, Will Wilson, called up from AAA, the Tacoma Rainiers. And we know Leo hasn't really done a whole lot lately. So we'll see if Will Wilson can do something here today. And obviously, Matthew Liberatore, 0-1 record, ERA of 3.67, started it off for the Cardinals. And our ace, our number one, 1-2 record, ERA of 2.25, Brian Wu on the mound. And let's see if Wu can get us off to a good start here, obviously on this side in the bottom of the first inning. Let's go, Wu. First pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle to the up-and-coming stud J.J. Weatherholt, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, hard hit ball, deep right field, back, gone. And just like that, the Cardinals respond. First batter, second pitch, Brian Wu giving up a home run early, and that is not something that we typically see out of a Brian Wu start. Hopefully he'll be able to settle in and settle down. And again, this seems like it's going to be a battle, just like it was yesterday, even though it was a little bit low scoring. Hopefully Brian Wu will only give up 1 home run. You know, the most that we can really have him give up is 3 runs and still feel comfortable. But if we can get to 5 runs, 7 to 10 hits, we're already halfway there. Again, but J.J. Weatherholt, an up-and-coming stud. And again, the second baseman crushes it. Big home run there. 397 feet to right field, and that's not what Wu wanted to see. 2-1 Mariners. Next up in the 2-hole, DHing Ivan Herrera. And on deck is Alec Burleson, the first baseman. 2 early home runs already here early. One by Julio Rodriguez and one by J.J. Weatherholt. First pitch to Herrera, back, gone! Holy moly. Back-to-back home runs by Brian Wu given up, and we haven't seen that all year. And again, this is not a sign of good things to come with the first 2 batters, both homering right away. Thankfully, Julio ended up getting the 2-run blast in the top of the first. Otherwise, we would be down 2-0, and who knows how many runs the Cardinals get today. Wow, definitely was not expecting that. J.J. Weatherholt with a home run. Ivan Herrera with a home run. Julio Rodriguez with a 2-run blast in the first. But again, this is not the Brian Wu that we expected to see here today. Holy cow. And again, if we can have a high-scoring game, you know, if it ends up being like a 8-7, 7-6 game, so be it. But again, I have not seen Wu give up back-to-back home runs, and I'm trying to remember if I've ever seen him give up back-to-back home runs. And to my knowledge, I don't really remember in my short-term memory of him giving up back-to-back home runs. And if he has, it feels like it's been quite a while back. First pitch is high and away with a sweeper, 1-0 count to Burleson. 81 miles an hour. Now he's not going to be going down the middle as often, obviously giving up back-to-back home runs right down the middle. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking high and away. Sweeper 83 miles an hour by Wu. 1 ball and 1 strike to Alec Burleson. 1-1 pitch and another hard hit ball, but it goes into shallow left field. Thankfully, Randy is there and it's not a ground ball, and that is 1 away. Finally getting an out here for Brian Wu. Got to settle in, Wu. And it shows, you know, how good the Cardinals, you know, have been this year. They've been a very good team in the National League Central. Everyone's been good in the division. And again, you know, we had the worst record on the road coming in. And again, we just have to make sure we play up to our potential. Next up is Jordan Walker. Definitely a guy that was overachieving in the first 15 games, getting 8 home runs, which is something that no one expected, but has been on a little bit of a slump, since then. But again, you always have to be a little careful on when you pitch to Jordan Walker. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. First pitch in there to Jordan Walker, takes a strike looking with a sweeper, 85 miles an hour. 0-1 pitch, and another sinker, this time around, right down the middle, 95 miles an hour to Walker. No balls and 2 strikes from Woo to Walker. Come on, Woo. 0-2 pitch, low and away. Sweeper, 86 miles an hour there by Bryan Woo. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the first inning, we're knotted up at 2. A lot of action here early. 11:15 start here in the West Coast, which is very early. But again, Julio Rodriguez with a 2-run blast, his second of the year, with Cal Raleigh on board, gave us the 2-0 lead. But back-to-back jacks by Weatherholt and Herrera has evened the score. Big swing and a miss on the 1-2 pitch. Down goes Jordan Walker. And I know that feels good, obviously, for Bryan Woo. I'm not used to giving up home runs, let alone back-to-back. Let's settle down. Let's bring some electricity on the mound. Let's go, Bryan Woo. Next up, a hitter that you have to be very careful to pitch to. Third baseman in the 5-hole, Nolan Gorman. As well on deck, 6-hole hitter, shortstop Mason Wynn. You got to be very crafty when you pitch to these next 2 batters here. First pitch to Gorman, fouls it out of play, 0-1 count. And if you were looking for a lot of action early in the first inning, you definitely got it here in the bottom of the first inning. Yeah, you never know how things are going to play out. That's what makes it so exciting, with the Mariners. You just never know if it's going to be one of those drawn out, 1-0 games where there's not a whole lot of hitting and it's a pitcher's duel. Sometimes it ends up being a 2-1, 3-2 battle, kind of like we had yesterday. And then sometimes you end up getting, a massive start with 2 runs apiece here early. But again, we have to make sure we get this last third out. 1-1 pitch. And he pops it out of play, 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Woo to Gorman. But with 2 runs early, things could settle down for both pitchers. And it could end up being a score, with obviously under 5 runs for both teams. But I'm kind of hoping, that we can actually get a game where it might be a little bit higher scoring. I don't want Woo to do bad, obviously. But, we'll see how it all plays out as the game continues. 1-2 pitch, high and away. 4-seam fastball, 96 miles an hour there by Bryan Woo. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nolan Gorman. Mike in the building, what's good? 2-2 pitch. And this is a little shallow pop-up into left field. Randy battling the sun and finally ends up making the catch. Thank God that Randy did not drop that. The last thing that we need is a liability, on pop-ups in left field when we already have that with ground balls. But the sun is, glaring out there at the Lou. And in St. Louis, it's very sunny out there, and I'm not sure if we're going to have any errors, due to the sun, even with a lot of guys with the stunner shades and the sunglasses and obviously with the eye paint out there. But a very exciting first inning. Obviously, Julio Rodriguez with his 2nd home run of the year. That definitely got us, off of our feet with a early 0-2-0 lead. But again, in a lot of Mariner games, when we get an early lead, what happens? The other team sometimes responds immediately, and we can't really enjoy our 2-0 lead, other than for a couple minutes as we go to the bottom of the first inning. J.J. Weatherholt homers on the 2nd pitch, Ivan Herrera on the 1st pitch. And just like that, with back-to-back homers by Herrera and Weatherholt, we have a 2-2 tie. Exciting game here early on. I don't like seeing Woo give up back-to-back home runs. And honestly, I don't know if he's ever given up back-to-back home runs. And if he has, it's been a long time since he's done it. And again, hopefully those will be the only home runs he gives up. And then ironically, the 2 guys that I have on the thumb both homered in the first inning. Who would have thought? Let's go to the top of the 2nd inning and see who's up next here for the Mariners. Next up for the Mariners in the 7-hole, catcher Mitch Garver. Batting 8th, 2nd baseman extraordinaire, offense and defense, Cole Young. And batting 3rd, getting a chance to play over Leo Rivas, getting the call up from the Tacoma Rainiers, 3rd baseman, probably just for today, Will Wilson. He doesn't have any really good Mariner photos yet. Hasn't really played a whole lot. Even, a little time, obviously, with the Guardians before he came to the Mariners and was on the Tacoma Rainiers. But we'll see if Will Wilson can give us any type of electricity early. And then on the mound for the Cardinals, 0-1 record coming in, 3.67 ERA, Matthew Liberatore. First pitch to Mitch Garver, in there for a strike, 0-1 count. Let's go, Garv. Oh, 1 pitch, in there for another strike to Mitch Garver. Got to swing that bat, my guy. Top of the second inning, 2-2 Mariners and Cardinals. Four-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour on pitch 1, and a curveball off speed, 78 miles an hour on pitch 2. Little dribbler towards third, and a hard throw to first, but Mitch Garver is safe. Nice hustle there by Mitch. And again, sometimes you just got to get just enough of a baseball where it might not go into the outfield, but it gets right into that, area that's kind of in between. And if the player has to end up making a diving attempt, sometimes that's just enough time to be able to get to first base safe. And nice hustle by Mitch Garver. We know he's not one of the fastest players on the Mariners, and nice hustle there by Mitch. Let's see if Cole Young can move him over here in the 8-hole. And then on deck will be Will Wilson. First pitch from Liberatore to Young, low and away, sinker 92 miles an hour, 1-0 count. One 0 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Cole Young. Top of the second inning, we're knotted up at 2 if you're just tuning in. Cal Raleigh had a single to left. Julio got his second home run of the year with a golf swing home run like Naylor yesterday, making it 2-0, but Mariner fans couldn't really have too much excitement as that one gets fouled off out of play by Cole Young. And then on the second pitch, J.J. Weatherholt decided to go yard, and then Ivan Herrera on the first pitch goes yard. And just like that 2-0 lead that, we love to be able to celebrate and enjoy only lasted for a couple minutes. And just like that, we have a 2-2 tie. 2-1 pitch, in there for a strike to Cole Young. 2 balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the second inning, knotted at 2 with a runner at first. Come on, Cole. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 2-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. And a pretty rare strikeout for Cole Young, and hopefully he'll be able to get a few hits before this one is over. And that is 1 away. Next up in the 9-hole, third baseman filling in for Leo Rivas, Will Wilson. Now, obviously, we know Brandon Donovan is going to be making his debut back with the team probably in the next series. So again, we're going to have to wait on that. And obviously we go on the road against the Twins. And then if he's not ready by that time, then obviously we come back home and we play the Royals. He'll be ready by then for sure. And then after that, the Braves. So it's going to be challenging here in the next few series. First pitch low and at the knees, 1-0 count. And really the only other person that you could call up that could play third would probably be Colt Emerson, even though he's more of a natural shortstop. But 1-0 pitched, hard hit ball, deep left field, back, gone, Will Wilson. He says, you know what? I might be from the Tacoma Rainiers, but I'm better than Leo Rivas. Wow, Will Wilson delivering straight from the Tacoma Rainiers and says, you should have called me up a lot sooner. I know you guys like Leo, but I am Will Wilson. Big dinger, 384 feet, 2-run blast with Mitch Garver on board. And just like that, 4-2 Mariners. Let's go. Unbelievable. I mean, that's the best case scenario for a guy playing in his first game with the call-up. Let's go. I mean, if you're getting good production out of Garver and Wilson, things are good. Let's go. Next up is Rob Refsnyder decides to swing at the first pitch, little dribbler towards third base, and that is 2 away. Be a little bit more patient. We know Rob loves to swing at those first pitch strikes and has been able to get a home run and, been able to get some minimal hits, obviously starting off the year very poorly. But again, what a job by Will Wilson. Again, doesn't have any really good Mariner photos yet, but after hitting that home run, I have a good idea that we'll have a Mariner photo of him moving forward. Next up is Cal Raleigh. That one goes towards third base, and it's fair. Go back to first, Cal. There we go. Cal deciding to go for single swings instead of home run swings. And look at that. He's 2 for 2. Great job. And then you got a guy who's hot in Julio Rodriguez up next. Let's see if Julio can homer again for home run number 3. Man, we are wheeling and dealing here. And again, it definitely feels like we turned a corner, hitting wise, starting with that Astro series. Prior to that, we were the worst team hitting in baseball with a batting average of 188. We're well above 200 now. Not exactly where we want to be. But again, it definitely feels like Cal, Julio, Naylor are heating up. And we're starting to get some unexpected production out of the lower name guys today with Garver and Will Wilson. Unbelievable. Cal going for a stolen bag and got him. Should have went head first, went feet first, and that is out number 3. And again, we are very aggressive here early on. I wish Cal would have just stayed at first because you just never know. Julio might have been able to get another single, double, triple, home run. But again, Julio will still be at bat, obviously, the next time around. And again, I was kind of hoping Cal would have went head first. If he would have went head first, I think he would have been safe, but he went feet first and not in time. But we can't complain, right? 2-run blast by Julio. 2-run blast by Will Wilson in his first game. You fucking kidding me? Let's go. And again, these are the type of things that we need to have happen if we're going to compete with a team like the Cardinals. Garver running out a ground ball in left field, and then Will Wilson coming up and playing with some confidence from the Tacoma Rainiers, our AAA affiliate. Big 2-run blast. And now this feels good, but does this mean the Cardinals are going to score 2 runs? Immediately after we get a 2-run lead? It happened one time. Hopefully it doesn't happen again. Wow. A lot of action here early already. Way to bring the electricity, Seattle Mariners. Wow. Next up, here in the 6th hole, shortstop Mason Wen. On deck, playing left field today, Nathan Church. And batting third in the 8th hole, catcher Pedro Pajes. We don't want Wu to be able to give up anything else moving forward here, hopefully. 35 subs to go to start the stream to get to 23,900. We've gained 2 subs since then. Appreciate you. 33 subs to 23,900. We're approaching 6 million views on the channel sooner than later, which is great because we hit 5 million views just a few months back. And we're at 37 likes here early on. 63 to 100. And we're still looking for our first dono on our dono train. 6 hits early for the Mariners. This is one of the best starts that we've had in a game, home or on the road, all season. Now we just have to hope that Wu settles down and settles in and, doesn't give up any more. Or if he does give up, a little bit more, it's only maybe 1 run more. Little slow dribbler. Throw to first. Naylor's got it. Bang. Down goes Mason Wen, and that is 1 away. Nice job there by J.P. Crawford. You can always count on his defense more times than not. Even though he's had a few errors, recently, more times than not, he's pretty reliable. Now, he has been throwing a little high to Naylor, as of late. But, again, hopefully he'll be able to find that right type of connection with Naylor, based on, throwing to first base. But great job there by J.P. Crawford. We love the defense, and that is 1 away. Next up is Nathan Church. First pitch from Wu to Church, low and away, 1-0 count. A lot of action here early, baby. Bottom of the 2nd inning, 4-2 Mariners. I love it. And it's good to have games like this sometimes, right? I mean, we're kind of used to, as Mariner fans, at least in 2026, with the lack of hitting for a majority of the season, a lot of the games have been 1-0, 2-1, 3-2, kind of lower scoring games, 3-1, and sometimes we're on the back end of that. So to be able to have a 4-2 lead early, I don't know how many runs are going to be scored here today, but, sometimes getting some offensive production is great. Definitely for, baseball fans that like to see RBIs and home runs. We got plenty of them here early on. 2-0 pitch, fouls that one off right down the middle there. Nathan Church, 2 balls and 1 strike with nobody on and 1 out. Bottom of the 2nd inning, 4-2 Seattle. Trident's up. 2-1 pitch from Wu, high and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to Nathan Church. Brian Wu on the mound, coming into the game with not a whole lot of run support. 1-2 record, but his ERA is immaculate, 2.25. And Nathan Church in the box. 3-1 pitch. And a hard hit ball into right field. And gone! Are you kidding me? Bryan Woo giving up 3 home runs. I have never seen him give up this many this early in a game. But at least on the bright side, they've all been solo dingers. But I guess, you know, the way that this game is going to go, whatever the Mariners do, the Cardinals are trying to prove we can do it better. Wow. I'm just kind of in shock right now. I mean, it's great that we put up 4 runs, but again, we're not used to seeing Woo give up this many. Normally, if we, have good production, maybe we're up 4-0 or maybe 4-1 at the very least, but the Cardinals have other plans here at home. And again, another home run by Nathan Church. Next up in the 8-hole, Pedro Pages. A little concerning here for Bryan Woo being so... Yeah, and again, we know Woo is confident in his abilities, obviously one of the best pitchers in the game, but again, sometimes you have to be careful pitching right down the middle. You can believe in yourself, and have that aura and vibe, but sometimes the other team just has your number. First pitch to Pages, big swing and a miss, low and at the knees, 0-1 count. And obviously it's not going to be a good pitching day for Woo, but as long as we can out-hit the Cardinals and win this game, I mean, we'll take any type of way that we can get a victory, even if it ends up being a very, bad outing by Woo. But again, if we can keep producing, home runs and RBIs, again, it obviously will be something that we'll have to monitor with Woo moving forward. But getting a victory is the most important. We win today, we win the series, and then we can approach maybe potentially a sweep tomorrow. But this one is far from over. 0-2 pitch and a little blooper into left field. And both pitchers struggling here early on. Bryan Woo, as well as Cardinal pitcher Matthew Liberatore. And Pages, the 8-hole hitter, singles to left. So it's not like their studs are only getting hits. It's also guys lower in the lineup that aren't really the greatest hitters that are finding ways to make Woo a little uncomfortable here. Very surprising. In the 9-hole, center fielder Victor Scott. 4-3 Cardinals in the first 2 innings. Wow. And safe. Pages steals second. Throw really wasn't that close there. Victor Scott, the second center fielder in the box, and Bryan Woo on the mound. We haven't had a game like this in a long time. 1-1 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Woo to Scott. I mean, normally if it's a game like this where it's like 4-3, you assume that, it's like, Gilbert or Castillo on the mound. And then they just got lucky with the hits on top of that. But, you normally don't expect to give up this much, if it's Woo, Kirby, or Hancock. But it does happen. These guys are human. 2-1 pitch and a pop-up to shallow left field. Randy is there, and that is 2 away. Randy has been busy there in the left field on defense so far. Got an early morning game here. 11:48 Pacific with an 11:15 start time here on the West Coast. And the same thing will be for tomorrow's game, Sunday morning. Victor Scott II pops out to Randy, and that is 2 away. Next up, the up-and-coming phenom, 1-for-1 with a run and an RBI. Didn't get a chance to do a whole lot in game 1, but made a name for himself here in game number 2, homering off the second pitch, J.J. Weatherholt. First pitch from Woo to Weatherholt is low and away, 1-0 count. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. One-oh pitch, little dribbler, and it just gets past. And again, Will Wilson playing third, ended up coming up with a big 2-run blast with Garver on board, but there is going to be a little bit of a learning curve with him out there on defense, and a nice hit there by J.J. Weatherholt in between second and third. Pages to third, Weatherholt at first. And now Cal has to have a rare mound visit to Brian Wu, who normally is our number one, with George Kirby. And then obviously Emerson Hancock has kind of taken the Logan Gilbert spot, has been a little bit more reliable and productive. And then obviously Gilbert has taken a step back, and Castillo has always been the worst starter. Usually, good maybe one time out of every, 4 or 5 starts, at least this year. And, we'll see how it goes. Hopefully it'll be much better than that, where they actually, if they're going to end up being shaky, hopefully they can be good every other start, not every third or fourth start. So, because we definitely need Gilbert and Castillo to, be good this year. I mean, at the very least, at least be average, and not be a liability. Next up is Ivan Herrera, who ended up homering on the first pitch on Wu in the first inning. Runners at first and third with 2 outs. Mariners are hanging on desperately to a 1-run lead, but if Herrera gets a hold of this one, he's 1 for 1 with that home run. It could end up being 4-4 or even 5-4, potentially 6-4 here early. Come on, Wu, settle down. First pitch, takes a strike looking low and at the knees, right on the line. Probably should have been a ball. 0-1 count. Sinker at 94 miles an hour. 0-1 pitch, low and away, sinker at 95 miles an hour there by Wu. 1 ball and 1 strike to Ivan Herrera, who homered on the first pitch in the top of the first inning with Weatherholt. 1-1 pitch, pops it up. Cole Young is there, and that is out number 3. Good defense there by the Mariners. We don't really get to celebrate, too much when we end up scoring runs, it seems like. Anytime we end up scoring, a big RBI or a big home run, the other team scores within a half inning or an inning later. The Cardinals get 1, but we still got a 1-run lead. A lot of action here. Very exciting. The only downside is that Wu has given up runs, and we don't like that. But again, at least we have the 4-3 lead. Let's see who's up next here in the top of the third for the Mariners. Next up for the Mariners, the MVP in that last game against the Athletics with the game-winning RBI in the bottom of the 9th with back-to-back hits with Cal, Julio, and Naylor, and also getting the big home run yesterday in the 6th, which was the last real big hit that we had in that game, but it was enough to win. It is Nails, Josh Naylor, and it's really exciting to see Cal, Julio, and Naylor finally heating up. Batting second, 1 for 1, left fielder Randy Arozarena. And batting third, 0 for 1, shortstop J.P. Crawford. And on the mound for the Cardinals, again, Matthew Liberatore. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Much different game than what we had yesterday with George Kirby on the mound. 33 subs to go, do 23,900. We're at 50 likes, 50 to go. Now, they did a small package of games, Dave, where you could watch if you lived in Oregon and Washington, where it would be on a local broadcast on a few channels. But again, a majority of the games are not going to be on there, and they're going to be on Mariners TV unless they end up having a special game on like Apple TV Plus or one of those other networks, or like ESPN if it ends up being like a nationally televised game. So I'm not sure where you live, but that might be the case. First pitch from Liberatore to Julio, low and away, 4-seam fastball, 91 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Like, for example, for myself, I have the MLB package through T-Mobile, which gives me access to watch all the games of all the teams, but just not the Mariners if you're in a blackout area. So I got to pay $20 a month, just like everyone else, unless you paid the $100 up front to save yourself about 20 to 40, if you had the extra money at the time. 1-2 pitch. And Julio with a line drive, and that is 1 away. Started off with a 4-seam fastball, then a sinker and a changeup, and Liberatore working the angle, and we know that Mason Wen, definitely got a head on a swivel. Good defender there, and a line drive. Down goes Julio, and that is 1 away. And again, I just wish Cal wouldn't have attempted to steal in the previous inning. You never know if the outcome could have been a little bit different for Julio if we would have had him, continue his at-bat with Cal still at first base. Next up is Josh Naylor. First pitch to Naylor, ends up fouling it out of play. 0-1 count. I don't mind if guys get a little aggressive, especially in a game like this, but it's got to be calculated. 0-1 pitch and a hard hit right up the middle to shallow center field, and it gets through the infield. Josh Naylor has been hot as of late. The leg kick has been working, and even the at-bats where he's not doing the leg kick, it's working. So, again, he's starting to find a groove whether he does the leg kick or not, and that is a real great thing to see. Way to bring the electricity, Josh Naylor, with another base knock. Next up is Randy Arozarena. Let's see if Randy can move him over. First pitch there from Liberatore to Randy. Takes a strike looking with the changeup, 87 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Oh, 1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Oh, looks like he just got a piece of it there. Went into the catcher's glove, though. Four-seam fastball, 92 miles an hour. No balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. And again, if Wu pitches bad, but we win, we're okay. It's concerning, but it's only concerning if we lose. And he plays bad. Randy with an 0-2 pitch, hit into left field. Wow, what a catch. Or did he not catch that? Where did that drop? Oh, nice job. Good defense there. I was really hoping that was going to find a way to drop there, but good defense out there in left field. Nice hustle. And that is 2 away. Nice job there by Nathan Church, who normally plays center field, playing left field today, showing some athleticism. Next up is J.P. Crawford. Throw to first to Josh Naylor, and he is safe. Let's go, J.P. J.P. Crawford in the box. Josh Naylor at first, and Matthew Liberatore on the mound. First pitch into J.P. Crawford. High and inside, sinker 92 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Let's go, J.P. One-0 pitch, low and away. Slider 83 miles an hour, 2 balls and no strikes to J.P. Crawford. And again, we've had a lot of low-scoring games with minimal home runs, minimal RBIs. Sometimes we pitch well, sometimes we don't. Sometimes the bullpen is good, sometimes it's not. Naylor goes, and safe. Nice job. Great jump by Josh Naylor there, doing something that Cal Raleigh was not able to do, steal a bag. There we go. And again, it kind of feels like this game could, end up being one of those, 7-6, 8-7, 9-8 kind of games if it keeps trending this way. Now, we don't really know who's going to be coming in for the bullpens for each team, but at least so far, each pitcher is not really looking like their normal self, but the batters are definitely locked in. 3-0 pitch, and great eye by J.P. Crawford, and that is a 4-pitch walk. And now we got runners at first and second. Let's see if we can knock them in. Next up in the 7-hole, catcher Mitch Garver, who already has a single that he had, there in between second and third base that he ran out and was safe. And again, every once in a while, Mitch Garver will do what he does in this photo here. He'll end up giving you an unexpected home run. Now, will it be here today? I don't know about that, but hopefully Mitch can end up continuing the run here. 0-2 counts are going to be huge like yesterday. 3-2 counts, also with 2 outs. How productive can we be? 0-1 pitch. Garver pops it up. And wow! Did he catch that? Holy cow. Jordan Walker sliding into the dirt and Garver flying out in foul territory. I was really hoping that was going to drop. But again, you got to give the Cardinal defense some kudos there. Obviously, Church in left field, Jordan Walker in right field, making big plays. We leave 2 stranded, which is unfortunate. And now we have a 4-3 lead. Let's go to the bottom of the third. And again, both teams scored in the first. Both teams scored in the second. Mariners had guys on board but couldn't bring them home. Let's see what happens with the Cardinals here, if they're going to be able to tie it up or take the lead, or hopefully we can hold them to a 0 as well. Next up for the Cardinals in the 3-hole, first baseman Alec Burleson. Batting second, 0 for 1 with a K, right fielder Jordan Walker. And batting third in the 5-hole, third baseman Nolan Gorman. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. All right, we're at 55 likes, 45 to 100. Sarah in the building, how are you? Yeah, again, getting Ruben Bain Jr., who could have been like the number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5 pick in the draft, having him slide down to 15. We got the steal of the draft. Again, we got a couple guys from the U. Really like what we've done so far. And again, when you end up having guys that you are used to seeing, like Mike Evans and Levante David, one guy goes to the Niners, Mike Evans, another guy retires, and Levante David, hey, you have some, holes to fill. But again, the draft has been pretty exciting. I've been watching every day, and hopefully you continue to, scoop up some talent. Obviously, getting Betcher is exciting, and hopefully you guys had a good season as well. We got you guys. Obviously, as a Cardinal fan, we beat you yesterday in a really tight game, 3-2, and this one is definitely going back and forth here early in the bottom of the third. First pitch from Wu to Burleson, right down the middle to Cole Young, and lined out. Nice job there by Cole, and that is one away. And Cole is a guy that, is as trustworthy as they come at second base. Nice job, Cole. Down goes Burleson. We've seen a few line drives from both teams. And next up in the 4-hole, 0 for 1 with a K, right fielder Jordan Walker. 8 home runs in the first 15 games, but has been on a little bit of a mini slump, but that doesn't mean that he can't heat up again. First pitch in there to Jordan Walker, right down the middle for a strike. 0-1 count. Five hits for the Cardinals, 7 for the Mariners. Wild start here. 0-1 pitch. Walker crushes that one out of play. No balls and 2 strikes from Wu to Walker. If you're just tuning in, Rodriguez homered to left with Cal on board with a single, 2-0 Mariners. Then Weatherholt and Herrera both homered back-to-back to start off the game for the Cardinals, making it 2-2. Will Wilson, getting his first game in a Seattle uniform in 2026, gets a homer with Garver on board with a single, making it 4-2. And then Nathan Church homering off of Brian Wu, right center, 396 feet. So again, Brian Wu giving up 3 solo dingers. That never happens. But again, at least we have the 4-3 lead, but it's competitive, to say the least. 1-2 pitch. Walker crushes it into right field, into the gap, and a nice base knock there by Jordan Walker. Wu definitely not on his game, here today, but neither is Weatherholt. It really just feels like it's a game for the hitters today. And I know Wu and Weatherholt are normally a little bit better than this, but, sometimes this is just what happens. Beautiful weather, everyone's locked in, and the pitches are just not connecting. And again, sometimes you're just going to get a pitcher's duel, which we're kind of used to with our staff as, Mariner fans, but sometimes it's going to be a hitter's duel, and it's going back and forth here early with home runs, and it's pretty wild. Definitely wouldn't have expected, this many home runs, 5 home runs in the first 3 innings. It's definitely is exciting. But again, when you have a pitcher like Wu, we're not expected to see him play like this, but hopefully we can pull it out. First pitch to Gorman, big swing and a miss, 0-1 count. Throw to first and safe. Naylor with the tag, but not in time. Sometimes guys are locked in, and also you got to remember sometimes, when you go on the road, your stuff may not be as good as at home. We know overall Wu is our guy, but he's human as well. So, and the Cardinals are a good team this year. let's be honest. If you look at the National League Central and then another hit there by Nolan Gorman, the National League Central is amazing. Everyone, sitting above 500, all competing, for the top spot, only within a game or so, within each other, game or two. And again, sometimes when you go into someone else's house and they've been hot and they've been a good team this year, above 500 record, sometimes even our best guys, will look weak. Now, Kirby looked great yesterday, but you could have flip-flopped these guys and had, Kirby get roughed up and Woo pitch a gem. But it just so happens that Kirby pitched the gem, and then obviously Woo getting roughed up here this afternoon. Also, I think it has something to do with us playing early in the morning, early afternoon. Usually we play our best ball later in the day, but when we play on the road at 9, 10, 11 a.m., West Coast time, then obviously it's early afternoon in the Midwest, or if we go to the East Coast, sometimes, we're a little off. 0-1 pitch to Mason Wen, and that pitch is away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Woo to Wen. Sweeper, 84 miles an hour right down the middle, and sinker low and at the knees, 97 miles an hour from Woo to Wen. 1-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Sweeper, 86 miles an hour right down the middle. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mason Wen. Yeah, nobody's pulling Woo yet. I mean, it's going back and forth. I mean, he's given up 3 solo shots, but we have a lead, and our bats are alive too. Julio with a 2-run jack, Will Wilson with a 2-run jack. I mean, we got 7 hits. They got 7 hits. Sometimes this is just the type of game it's going to be. Sometimes it's just going to be a war, and that one ends up being fair and goes into the crowd. Wow. Is that going to be a ground rule double? But definitely not one of the best performances, from Woo. But again, not everyone is going to be clean throughout the whole year. Woo, Kirby, and Hancock normally are trustworthy. Gilbert and Castillo, not so much. But, to me, it's more of a, Mariner and Cardinal batters are locked in today. Really than Woo and, Weatherholt not, doing what they normally do. Sometimes the hitters are just going to get hot, so... And obviously, if that netting wasn't there, that would have hopped right into the front row. Game is tied now 4-4. The problem is if we bring somebody in, who are we bringing in? It's like you got Brash and Bizzardo and Spire. Brash and Bizzardo are trustworthy. Spire, not so much. And if Spire's our third best, I mean, maybe if you're going to bring in Cooper Criswell, or Cole Wilcox, same thing could happen if you bring a guy like that in as well. So first pitch to Nathan Church, big swing and a miss. 0-1 count, slider 87 miles an hour. Woo's at 45 pitches, Liberatore is at 51. Yeah, when's the last time Woo gave up, 3 home runs and 8 hits this early in a game? Fucking never. 0-1 pitch, low and at the knees. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nathan Church. Yeah, that's the Mariners for us, though, right, Dank? It's never always everything locked in, right? It's either pitching is great, then the bullpen is bad. Or the pitching and the bullpen are good, but then the defense is bad. Or, the pitching and the defense and the bullpen are good, or we can't hit. It's always out of the 4 categories, we never can really lock in on great pitching, great bullpen, hitting, and defense. There's always 1 category that's lacking, sometimes 2. And again, and early in the season, sometimes it was 3. So, we definitely have come a long way since the beginning of the year, but, at least Kirby pitched well. And if we can find a way to win this game, even if Woo pitches bad, so be it. Popped up. Julio ends up getting it into center field, throw home, back to second, safe. And now the Cardinals take a 5-4 lead. And again, if we had better bullpen pieces, where we could trust guys, maybe you could throw someone in, but again, I assume the Mariners are going to stick with him, until, I don't know, I would say probably until the 5th inning, but again, if he keeps playing like this, how many runs are the Cardinals going to have, by the 5th inning, 8, 9, 10, so at some point you may have to pull the trigger and pull him out. But if you bring in a Cooper Criswell or a Cole Wilcox or one of like the lower guys, the same thing could happen. Now, obviously, if you bring in a Brash, and let him pitch more than one inning, that would be best case scenario. And then obviously we know the Bizzardo is usually trustworthy. And then Spire is very hit or miss, as we know. First pitch to Pages is fouled off towards third base. 0-1 count. Bottom of the third inning in a hitter's duel, something that we normally have not seen from the Mariners this year. Cardinals 5, Mariners 4. A lot of home runs so far here early. But again, Bryan Woo pitching as if we don't recognize who this guy is. But again, I think it's more you got to give the Cardinals hitters credit because normally Woo is going to be electric. But again, the Cardinals have been a good team this year and they're at home. So I think that has something to do with it as well. Also playing in the early morning / early afternoon might have something to do with it also. Your routine as pitching in the evening rather than in the early afternoon is going to be a little bit different. 0-1 pitch. Popped up. Going deep to left field. And is that foul? Or are they going to give him the home run there? Is that a home run or is that foul? Runner is running around the bases like he ended up getting a home run, but that looked kind of foul to me. We better pray that was foul. We can't have that be a fucking home run. Cardinals are acting like it's 7-4 right now. They're cheering in the dugout as you can hear the celebrations, but I thought that was foul at first glance, but Pages homer to left, supposedly, with Wynn on board. But was it a homer, though? That last angle looks like it's a home run. It's inside of the pole, not outside. So I guess at this point, we're fucking down 7-4, and we're going to have to pull Woo at some point here. But, looking at that angle, it's inside of the pole, not outside. So that should be an easy call for a home run here for the Cardinals. And again, one of the worst outings that we've seen out of Bryan Woo in his career. But luckily, we were able to get the bats going early with a Julio 2-run jack and a Will Wilson 2-run jack. But again, now we're down by 3, and it's only the third inning. But again, not every elite pitcher is going to be great on every start. But again, this is definitely out of the ordinary. And I guess we have to be lucky that Julio and Will Wilson homered, because if they didn't homer, what's the score right now? 7-0, 7-1, and then there's no chance for us coming back. So at least with 4 on the board already, if they have a mini meltdown at some point with, Liberatore or one of the guys in the pen, we potentially could come back. But man, Woo, 7 runs, terrible. First pitch to Victor Scott II, fouls that one off, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch. And there for a strike. No balls and 2 strikes to Victor Scott II. And anytime we end up giving up more than 5 runs, it's usually like Luis Castillo or Logan Gilbert just off. But again, this is the first time that we've seen Bryan Woo look like this, and hopefully it's the last. 0-2 pitch. And Julio's there in center field. And that is out number 3. And again, Woo's not getting punch outs. Everyone is locked and loaded on him. It's like nothing is... nobody is getting fooled by anything out there. 9 hits, 7 earned runs with only 1 K, 53 pitches. And again, hopefully this version of Woo we'll never see again. Holy cow. But I guess, to keep things on kind of a lighter side, at least we end up having, a 2-run bomb by Julio for his second of the year, a 2-run blast by Will Wilson. So, yeah, it sucks, that we gave up 7. And I don't know what the bullpen is going to, do when they come in for Woo. But we're still in striking range as long as we can still rough up Liberatore before he ends up exiting. And then we'll see, what their bullpen looks like. But hopefully we can add on another run here in the top of the 4th inning. End of the 3rd, 7-4 Cardinals. Next up for the Mariners, 0 for 1 with a K, second baseman Cole Young. Batting second, fresh from the Tacoma Rainiers, with a home run in his first at-bat. 2-run blast with Mitch Garver on board, Will Wilson. And batting third, 0 for 2 with a K, right fielder Rob Refsnyder. Still a lot of game left. Trident's up. Let's go M's. End of the 3rd inning, 7-4 St. Louis. All right, we're at 66 likes, 34 to 100. Now if the Mariners were at a 0 right now, and then 0% chance of coming back, even if there's a mini meltdown here and there. But again, we're at 4, and normally we have a hard time even getting to 4 most times. So, again, if we can just continue to keep raking, right? It's not like, we're at 0 and we have 1 hit or no hits. I mean, we got fucking 7 hits right now, 2 home runs, 2 2-run blasts. We're at 4. It's just that, again, we weren't expecting Woo to look like Luis Castillo or Logan Gilbert here today, especially after George Kirby pitched so well yesterday. So, but again, there's going to be an outing where Kirby looks like this also at some point, down the road. 1-0 pitch, fouls that one out of play. 1 ball and 1 strike from Liberatore to Young. Kirby's obviously looked very, very good for the most part. Woo, pretty damn good with Emerson Hancock, but with a few slip-ups lately. And then obviously with Gilbert and Castillo, they got a long ways to go. Can't wait for us to be able to get Cade Anderson on the team whenever that happens, as well as Colt Emerson. We need a little bit of a shot in the arm on the pitching staff, as well as getting another hitter and defender on the team. 1-1 pitch fouled off there by Cole Young. Liberatore on the mound, Young in the box. 1-2 pitch, fouls that one behind the plate. Slider 84 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 4th inning, 7-4 Cardinals. And Young down the line in right field and foul. Trident's up. Let's go M's. There's only 2 hitters on the Cardinals that don't have a hit yet. So obviously everyone is figuring them out. Whatever scouting they did this morning, or, just being in a good rhythm at home, trying to get a little payback on the Mariners from yesterday for our win, and again, I do think it has something to do with the earlier start. When we usually play at 5, 6, 7 p.m., guys are going to fuck up, but they have a routine. But then when you end up having to change your routine up and you have to pitch early in the morning or afternoon, sometimes you're not as locked in. So I think it's a little bit of a combination of that and just the Cardinals being really good today. Pitch fouled off there by Cole Young. Nice souvenir for that fan. Back. See ya! Cole Young, he delivers in right field. Solo dinger. Don't give up on the Mariners yet, y'all. There we go. 423 feet. And again, you want to give up. You want to, be negative. Again, it sucks when Woo ends up giving up 7 runs. But again, the balls are flying out of the park here today. We got 8 runs and 5 hits. We're only down by 2. Nice job by Cole Young with a big home run. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Have some faith. Some games when we watch the Mariners, it's going to be 1-0, 2-1, 3-2 like yesterday. But today, it's the complete opposite. And again, both pitchers are getting roughed up. Next up is Will Wilson. Let's see if Will can end up hitting another home run like he did in his first at-bat. But again, the balls are flying out here in St. Louis. Trident's up, and we needed that, right? Considering Woo continues to be bad. And it's nice to be able to see the offense be like, okay, normally the, pitchers do their thing, and then the hitting is very abysmal, to say the least. But now the hitting is starting to get better since the Astro series, and now the pitching is sometimes, going a little sideways. So again, it's never always going to be pitching, bullpen, defense, and hitting, kind of rolling at the same time. Usually there's going to be a category that is a little bit off, and unfortunately it's starting pitching today for both guys. 1-0 pitch to Will Wilson, takes a strike swinging high and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Will Wilson. 1-1 pitch, takes a strike looking low and away. 4-seam fastball, 93 miles an hour there by Liberatore. And thankfully he's having a little bit of a mini meltdown as well, like Woo. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Will Wilson. One-two pitch. Fouls that one off. Change up 88 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes with nobody on and no outs. Top of the 4th inning. 7-5 Cardinals. And a little dribbler right to Liberatore. Throw to first. And an easy out on Wilson there. And that is 1 away. Next up is right fielder Rob Refsnyder. On deck is the big dumper Cal Raleigh. And I assume that we're going to have guys warming up in each bullpen after this horrible start for both starting pitchers. No one expected Woo and Liberatore to be this bad, but also no one expected us to score this many runs, as well as the Cardinal fans. I don't think they expected to score 7 runs on Brian Woo. So, again, when you watch a Mariner game, you never know what you're going to get. Is it going to be high scoring? Is it going to be a pitcher's duel? No one fucking knows. And that's what, makes it kind of exciting, as long as we're on the winning end of the game at the end. And now the manager is coming out. Looks like Liberatore might be done. And again, the crazy part is when we go against left-handed pitching, we're fucking terrible. So for us to get 5 runs on left-handed pitching, that's insane. Normally when you have a shittier lineup, where you got Refsnyder in there and we didn't really know what Will Wilson was going to do, most people assume that he was just going to strike out and, play, below average like Leo Rivas lately, but again, to get 5 runs on left-handed pitching is insane, just based on how the Mariners have played left-handed pitching this year. And now we're going to have a pitching change. And then hopefully we can get Refsnyder out of there if they're going to bring in, hopefully, a righty. All right, Graceffo is coming in, and he pitched yesterday. All right, Gordon Graceffo coming in. And he's a righty, so we don't need to do this Rob Refsnyder at bat. So I'm very curious. So, hopefully they pull him here and they bring in Luke Raley or Dominic Canzone, either one. All right, Gordon Graceffo coming in. And Liberatore is done. He came into the game with an 0-1 record, ERA of 3.67, so not too bad. And then obviously finished with 3.1 innings pitched, 8 hits, 5 earned runs, 1 walk, 3 Ks, 64 pitches, 47 strikes. His ERA inflates to 4.75. And then obviously with Bryan Woo, he comes into the game with a 1-2 record with no run support, ERA of 2.25, and then has his worst outing of the year. 3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 7 earned runs, no walks, 1 K, 53 pitches, 39 strikes. His ERA goes up from 2.25 to 3.86. But at least, with him pitching his worst game of the year, we're at 5 runs. So it's not like he was going to get the win anyways, but again, if we can just find a way to come back and win this game with Woo's worst outing of the year, I think most Mariner fans would take that. So, but both pitchers getting rocked here in the first 3 innings. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Top of the 4th inning, 7-5 Cardinals. And that Cole Young home run was huge. The closer that we can get caught up, the better chances that we're going to have to compete. And why do we still have Rob Refsnyder in the game? Why not bring in Luke Raley or Dominic Canzone? What are you doing, Dan Wilson? He already has 2 at-bats and a K. Pull him, idiot. First pitch, big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. Oh-1 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Rob Refsnyder. One pitch. And Refsnyder with a hard hit ball. And look at that. Refsnyder actually getting a hit against a righty pitcher. Insane. I mean, I guess we're in the upside down and Stranger Things today. Left is right, right is left, up is down, down is up. But again, Rob getting one more chance to get a hit, and it pays off. Nice job there by Refsnyder. And obviously the announce crew is talking about later in the game, if they end up going with the lefty closer, then it gives you a better chance with Refsnyder rather than Luke. But you don't know if they're going to go that route. Next up is Cal Raleigh. First pitch to Cal, little dribbler, double play, throw to first. And just like that, Cal Raleigh hitting into a double play, and that Refsnyder hit was for nothing. Good defense there by the Cardinals, and again, I know we're overly aggressive, obviously running the bags and in the swings, but at some point I want to be able to have us work the count, and get to pitch 4, pitch 5. But at this moment, 7-5 Cardinal lead. Let's see who's up next here for St. Louis. Next up for the Cardinals, 2 for 2 with a run and an RBI, second baseman J.J. Weatherholt. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI. DHing today, played catcher yesterday, Ivan Herrera. And batting third, 0 for 2, first baseman Alec Burleson. And let's take a look at Woo's numbers again. 3 innings pitched, 9 hits, 7 earned runs, no walks, 1 K. Has given up 3 home runs, 53 pitches, 39 strikes. Are we just going to continue to keep him in? They put up 2 runs in the first, 1 run in the second, 4 runs in the third, and now we're in the 4th inning. Each team's got 9 hits. This is by far Woo's worst game of the year. But luckily, in Woo's worst game of the year, we got 5 runs. And, to get 5 runs, on left-handed pitching, normally we get 0, maybe 1 at the most. So again, a weird game, to say the least, but again, we're still in it. And thankfully Cole Young, gave us that home run to go from 7-4 to 7-5. As long as we can keep it within 2 runs, by the time we get to, the 7th, 8th inning, if we're still down at that point, hopefully the game is tied or we have the lead. But now Woo is done, and they're going to bring in Jose Ferrer, but I got no trust in Jose. Hopefully Jose will be better than Woo, but, most times that we've seen Jose Ferrer, he's been fucking terrible. So we'll see how it plays out here. But if everything is in the upside down here today, and Woo's been terrible, today and normally is good. Obviously Ferrer normally is terrible. Maybe he'll be good today. So if we're going opposite day today, we'll see what happens. But I got no faith normally in Jose Ferrer, but I guess if everything is going the opposite, we'll see here. First pitch from Jose Ferrer to J.J. Weatherholt. Takes a strike looking high and away. 0-1 count. Jose Ferrer in the deal with Harry Ford and the Washington Nationals on the mound. And J.J. Weatherholt having a great game, 2 for 2 in the box. 0-1 pitch, and it gets past J.P. Crawford. And look at that. Jose Ferrer, as unreliable as they come, kind of looks like maybe the Nats ended up winning that trade. And I did agree, that we need bullpen help, but we need good bullpen help, not guys that are shitty. And again, Jose Ferrer giving up a hit to J.J. Weatherholt. But again, the way that J.J. Weatherholt has been swinging the bat, it feels like he was going to get a hit on anybody. Next up is Ivan Herrera. And hopefully we'll be able to get a double play or two as well. But I don't got any confidence in Ferrer. Not a whole lot of confidence in Cole Wilcox, the AAA pitcher filling in for Carlos Vargas. Cooper Criswell, I feel I have a little bit more confidence in him than the other two. And then Mooney, I feel is starting to get a little bit better, but it's still nowhere near where he needs to be. And then obviously Spire is 50-50, sometimes good, sometimes bad. And then the best two are by far Brash and Bizzardo, even though Bizzardo has looked human and, given up a run in that start with Spire in back-to-back innings. But overall, Bizzardo more trustworthy. 0-1 pitch, high and away to Ivan Herrera. 1 ball and 1 strike from Ferrer to Herrera. Bottom of the 4th inning, 7-5 Cardinals with a runner at first. J.J. Weatherholt. Woo in his worst outing of the year, giving up 7 runs, but hopefully the bullpen will step up here today. But again, I think Ferrer is one of the worst on the team. Just not a good fit on the Mariners. And 1-2 pitch, and he hits Herrera in the leg. Jesus Christ. Why did you bring him in? He's terrible. Imagine Gabe Spire, but 1,000 times worse as a lefty. At least Gabe Spire can get strikeouts, and actually make plays, even though we know Gabe gives up a lot of RBIs and home runs also, but Ferrer is fucking terrible. Next up is Alec Burleson. And as crazy as it sounds, I can't wait until Carlos Vargas comes back. And I know he's going to be bad in certain games, but at least he can pitch, 95 to 100. And, if he can get his location down, he could maybe be an asset for us and not just, complete garbage like some of these other guys. We've seen Vargas normally bad, but then Vargas did have a few moments. He definitely is going to blow games for us. There's no doubt about that when he comes back. But, I'm definitely excited to see what Vargas can bring, as well as Bryce Miller when he comes back. First pitch fouled off there off Ferrer. Right down the middle from Burleson, 0-1 count. It's far from over. Both teams are raking. Cardinals have 10 hits. Mariners have 9. It's far from over. 0-1 pitch. And a little blooper into left field. Randy has got it, and that is 1 away. Burleson flies out to left. Next up in the 4-hole, right fielder Jordan Walker. First pitch to Walker, fouls that one off. Sinker 97 miles an hour there by Jose Ferrer. 0-1 count. And again, it's all about consistency. How consistent can you be? And obviously there's quite a few guys in the bullpen that don't have that consistency. And Casey Legomina is no longer on the team. They ended up letting him go. He signed with a new team, so we won't have to worry about Legomina blowing games. But Ferrer might be the worst guy in the pen, out of anybody. And that's not ideal after you traded Harry Ford, a prospect, for him. We expected Ferrer to be at least as good as Gabe Spire, if not better, and he's nowhere near that. I think I trust Cole Wilcox and Cooper Criswell a hell of a lot more than Ferrer. That's frightening. 0-2 pitch. High and away. Change up 86 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jordan Walker. But at least we're only down by 2. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Something positive for Jose Ferrer. Thank God. Down goes Jordan Walker. Big swing and a miss, and that's 2 away. But let's see if we can end up getting out of this inning with just being down by 2. Next up, 1 for 2 with a run, third baseman Nolan Gorman. Got to be very careful here because with 1 swing by Gorman, it could be 10-5. Now, if Ferrer, was like a Bizardo or Brash, it would have been worth it because, every team needs bullpen help. You win or lose more games, based off your bullpen than any other position group, but again, a lot of teams don't address, in the off season, as much bullpen help that they need, picking up starters and pulling them into the pen or getting guys from other teams that are good in the pen instead of worrying about backup, right fielders and first baseman. Little throw to first, and that is out number 3. So even though Jose Ferrer is not obviously one of our best guys, he at least was able to get the job done there. Nice job by Jose Ferrer. I can't believe I'm saying that. We leave 2 stranded, and let's go to the top of the 5th, and let's see if we can tie this game up. And again, if, Ferrer was going to have a meltdown, he could have given up a 3-run blast to Nolan Gorman there, and then we're down 10-5. And then at that point, you got to feel that we could still come back, but it would be pretty tough. But we're in striking range here still, and obviously the bats are still staying hot here for the Seattle Mariners. See if we can pick up another run or 2 here in the top of the 5th. End of the 4th inning, 7-5 Cardinals. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 2 with a run and 2 RBIs, center fielder Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a K, first baseman Josh Naylor. And batting third, 1 for 2 in the 5-hole left fielder Randy Arozarena. $33 subs to go to 23,900. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. We're still looking for our first dono on our dono train. End of the 4th inning, 7-5 Cardinals. All right, we're at 80 likes. We're almost there. 20 more to go. First pitch to Julio Rodriguez, low and at the knees with the sinker, 94 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Gordon Graceffo on the mound, Julio in the box. 1-0 pitch, Julio, and a little blooper into left field. Nice. There we go. Tridents up. Julio Rodriguez staying hot, and I love that. Top of the 5th inning, we're down by 2 runs. We got Julio at first with no outs. Let's go. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. It looks like Graceffo might be done, and they're going to bring in Justin Brule, the lefty. That was pretty fast for Graceffo. And now we have another pitching change. Next up is Josh Naylor. So let's look at Gordon Graceffo's numbers. 0.2 innings pitched, 2 hits, only had 6 pitches, and they said, well, we're done. And now they're going to bring in the lefty, Justin Brule. Ten hits for each team so far. 7 runs for the Cardinals, 5 for the Mariners. A very uncharacteristic game, for at least us, Mariner fans, especially with Brian Wu with his worst outing of the year. But again, we still have a chance to win the game, and that's what matters most. Next up, 1 for 2 with a K. First baseman Josh Naylor, who's been incredibly hot within the last few games. Ended up having the game-winning RBI with back-to-back hits by Cal, Julio, and Josh Naylor in that last Athletic game in the bottom of the 9th inning. And that's only the 3rd time that we've gotten back-to-back hits with Cal, Julio, and Josh. They done it twice in the 1st inning, and in the bottom of the 9th against the A's, that was the first time they did it in the bottom of the 9th, and it led to a victory. And then we ended up having Josh Naylor with a big golf swing home run in the 6th inning yesterday, and that secured that 3-2 win. So again, definitely a much different game here in game number 2. Normally we don't hit lefties, but we got 5 runs. Normally Wu is electric. Today he's not. So everything is kind of ass backwards today. But with that being said, if we can find a way to come back and win this game, 9-8, 8-7, whatever it may be, it would definitely be a big victory moving forward. Yeah, Legomina got deactivated, and then he got picked up, I think, by the Rays. So he's no longer available. So he's gone. Julio goes, and safe. There we go. Yeah, but your ERA can be low, but that doesn't really tell the whole story, as we know, right? Again, like how many times did he hit guys, give up, big RBIs, and it doesn't really feel like he gives up a lot of home runs per se, so that's why maybe the ERA is low, but he gives up, a lot of walks, a lot of hits. He's hitting guys, and it just, you don't feel confident when he's on the mound, and every once in a while he'll be able to, prevent any runs from coming home, but that doesn't mean that there's guys on base, and there usually is when he comes into the game. 1-1 pitch from Brule to Naylor. Big swing and a miss right down the middle, sinker 90 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes from Justin Brule to Josh Naylor. Naylor with time. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Top of the 5th inning. We're down by 2 runs in a very upside down type of game. 1-2 pitch. Outside, low and away. Great eye there by Josh Naylor. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Brule to Naylor. Not JT in the building. How are you, brother? Top of the 5th inning. 7-5 Cardinals. Each team with 10 hits already. Wild. 2-2 pitch, low and away. Great eye there by Naylor. It seems like he really is finding himself. Same thing with Cal and Julio. All 3 struggled early in the first 10 games, but now everyone's kind of turning the corner. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes from Brule to Naylor. And he ends up stepping off the mound and taking a quick glance at Julio, and Julio scampers back to second base. And Brule steps off the mound again. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Three-two pitch. And Naylor sends a laser towards first base and foul. Count still remains 3 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at second. Julio Rodriguez with no outs. Top of the 5th inning, 7-5 Cardinals. Definitely was not a pitcher's duel. We had that yesterday with George Kirby, but today batters are, well and alive here for both teams. 10 hits apiece for the Mariners and the Cardinals. 3-2 pitch to Naylor. And a little dribbler here. Throw to first. And that is one away. And Julio scampers to third base. Next up, 1 for 2, left fielder in the 5-hole, Randy Arozarena. And on deck in the 6-hole, shortstop J.P. Crawford. See if we gotta be able to get Julio, even with the sac fly, RBI single, got to find a way to cut it into this lead to make it 7-6 minimum, if possible here. Yeah, National League Central has been quite a surprise. I don't think anyone thought that all of the teams would be, doing so well. But obviously the American League overall is behind pace, with the National League. But again, the schedule will start to even out as we get closer to the All-Star break, and we'll get an idea, obviously what teams are, playoff worthy, and, which ones are contenders and which ones are pretenders after the All-Star break. 0-2 pitch, and Randy crushes that one into foul territory, and it drops, thank God. No balls and 2 strikes from Justin Brule to Randy Arozarena. Yeah, I mean, we're the worst road team in baseball. So we only have 2 wins, and we got our second win yesterday. But again, we've had a lot of home games. So again, we not only have this series, but then we go on the road to play the Minnesota Twins, which is usually challenging. Then we come back home for the Randy Johnson celebration versus the Royals. And we also have the Braves at home. So it's going to be definitely tough, but I know we can do it. 0-2 pitch. High and away, change up 80 miles an hour, 1 ball and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. Now, if we had to play a lot of these teams prior to the Astros series, when we were the worst hitting team in baseball, we would be screwed right now, but at least that we kind of turned the corner, and hitting has gotten a lot better since that Astros sweep, aka mop, where we beat the Astros 4 in a row. And a little blooper by Randy to center field is caught. Julio tagging up, run Julio! And Julio scores. There we go. 7-6. Cardinals, let's go. Let's go. It's not a pretty game. Woo's, worst outing of the year, but at least the bats came to life here today. And again, it definitely feels like, this one is going to come down to the wire, where it might end up being, a 9-8, 10-9, type of game. And, as long as we end up finding a way to be as close as possible. Little slow dribbler by J.P. Crawford, throw to first. And that is a toe tap on the bag. And that is out number 3 there by Burleson. Down goes JP, but I'm glad that we ended up getting Randy with the big play to bring Julio home from third. And now we're only down a run. So again, if this game would have happened earlier in the year, we probably would be down 7-0 with 0% chance to come back. But, with both teams with 10 hits, only down a run, all we need is their bullpen to be a little shaky, like Woo was, and we'll see where it goes. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th inning and see who's up next year for the Cardinals. Next up for the Cardinals, 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI, a crafty defender and hitter, shortstop Mason Wynn. Batting second, 1 for 1 with a run and 2 RBIs, had a home run earlier on Brian Wu, gave up home runs to Weatherholt, Hadada, and Church, and he is in the 7-hole with a 1 for 1 run and a 2 RBI game, Nathan Church. And batting third, 2 for 2 with a run and 2 RBIs, Pedro Pajes. A lot of home runs here today. Weatherholt with a home run. Hadada with a home run. Julio with a home run. Will Wilson with a home run. Church with a home run. Pedro Pajes with a home run. Cole Young with a home run. I mean, this is just wild. I mean, normally, games like this don't happen for the Mariners. For the Cardinals, this might be more common, but, for us, we usually, don't play like this, but I'm pleasantly surprised at least something went right today. And obviously what went wrong was Brian Wu. And I'm wondering if they're going to keep Ferrer out there or not. 33 subs to go to 23,900. And Ferrer is out there again. Wish we could have Brash pitch 2 innings. All right, we're at 88 likes, 12 more to get to 100. First pitch is inside, 84-mile-an-hour slider, 1-0 count. One 0 pitch, fouled off towards third base. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mason Wen. All right, we're at 89 likes now, 11 more to get to 100. Jose Ferrer coming back out. Mason Wen in the box. 1-1 pitch. High and away. Change up 86 miles an hour there by Ferrer. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mason Wen. Two-one pitch. High and away. Sinker, 97 miles an hour. 3 balls and 1 strike to Mason Wen. But again, it's like we never can put a full game together that often. Starting pitching, bullpen, defense, and hitting. It's usually only 3 out of 4 or 2 out of 4. And when pops up into right field, Rob Refsnyder is there, and that is 1 away. Next up, in the 7-hole, left fielder Nathan Church, and on deck, catcher Pedro Pajes. All right, Jose Ferrer. You know, you are very unreliable, but I mean, if we can just find a way to get a couple of cheap outs, pop-ups and ground outs, we don't really expect you to, you know, strike out a whole lot of guys. You know, maybe get 1 strikeout, you know, in the inning, if that, but, you know, 1 pop-up, 1 ground out, 1 strikeout, or 2 pop-up, ground out. I mean, but again, with him, you know, he's one of those guys that usually walks a guy, hits a guy, gives up a couple hits, and then we have to get really nervous to hope that those guys don't come home. So Church bunts foul, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, low and away. Slider, 87 miles an hour there by Jose Ferrer, the Washington National product that we traded Harry Ford for. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nathan Church. One pitch, little slow dribbler. JP is there, throw to first, and got him. And it just seems like every fucking throw to Josh Naylor is incredibly high. But, you know, Josh has got some pretty long arms. Nice job there by JP, and that is 2 away. Pretty close play at first base, but, you know, more times than not when JP is locked in, as long as the throw to first, you know, gets to Naylor's glove, and that was in time. Nice job there with JP Crawford and Josh Naylor. 2 away. Next up in the 8-hole, catcher Pedro Pajes. And we just got to be able to get another cheap out here and continue on in the top of the 6th. Definitely still in reach. But again, if this was a game that we would have played prior to the Astros series, the score would be 7-0 or 7-1 and 0% chance of coming back as being the worst hitting team in baseball. But we've come a long way since that sweep, aka mop, winning 4 in a row since the Astros. I mean, yeah, we looked ugly and got swept by the Padres on the road, but other than that, you know, things have gotten much better for the Mariners, at least hitting wise. First pitch from Ferrer to Pajes, low and at the knees. Change up 86 miles an hour, 1-0 count. But then also when the pitching was good in the beginning and the hitting was terrible, now the hitting is there, but now the pitching and the bullpen are kind of going sideways. Go figure. 1-0 pitch, fouled off, low and away. Sinker, 97 miles an hour there by Jose Ferrer. 1 ball and 1 strike with nobody on and 2 outs, bottom of the 5th inning in a slugfest, 7-6 Cardinals. Well, we should have won 1 game if Mooney and Ferrer didn't blow the game where Hancock gave us a 6-2 lead and we gave up 5 runs in the 9th. That was the game that we should have won. We were only going to win 1 game in that series, and that was the game. But when Mooney had his first meltdown of the year with Ferrer, that's what caused it. So can't win a game when you're up 6-2 and you give up 5 in the 9th. 2-1 pitch, high and away. 3 balls and 1 strike to Pedro Pajes. But luckily, we haven't seen Mooney as bad as that game. he's been shaky all year, but that was really the big meltdown. 3-1 pitch, and that is outside, and that is a walk. Pages to first. And now we just need a fielder's choice at second base. Pop up, ground out, strikeout. We don't care. Next up in the 9-hole, 0 for 2, Victor Scott II. And if we can get Ferrer to be clean, for these last 2 innings, even though he's not really a fan favorite, better than Brian Wu, has looked in his, 3 innings that he played, giving up 2 runs in the first, 1 run in the second, and 4 in the third. So. And a little dribbler there that gets past J.P. Crawford. And that's the Ferrer that we all love to hate. And then a base knock there by Victor Scott II. Pages to second base. It's like he never can, get quick outs, for the Mariners. It's always, okay, I'll hit a guy. I'll give up a hit here. I'll give up a hit there. But, really what the difference will be is, can you leave those guys stranded to give the Mariner batters a chance to catch up? Next up is J.J. Weatherholt. He's 3 for 3 with a run and an RBI. This is going to be the most critical at-bat of the game so far. And a hard hit ball. Give me that fielder's choice. Yes! Toe tap on the bag. And even though Ferrer is not trustworthy, he doesn't give up runs there in the 4th and the 5th. Obviously gives up hits. But again, it's ugly. We don't like him. He's not reliable, but again, he pitched better than Brian Wu, and that's definitely giving us a chance to stay close. Nice job by Jose Ferrer. I know it's a kind of a weird thing to say, but he did a good job in the 4th and the 5th by not letting any runs come home. And it's almost a given every time he's out there. There's going to be people on base, but luckily nobody came home, and now the game is still in reach for the Mariners. Good job. All right, let's go to the top of the 6th inning, and let's see if we can tie this game up or take the lead. Next up for the Mariners, 1 for 2 with a run in the 7-hole, catcher Mitch Garver. Batting second, 1 for 2 with a run, RBI and a K, second baseman Cole Young. He's already got a home run today. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run and 2 RBIs, Will Wilson. He's got a 2-run blast with Garver on board early in the game as well. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. We're still in it. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. We're at 93 likes, 7 more to 100. And we got about 200 people in the room, and we're still looking for our first dono on our dono train. Top of the 6th inning, 7-6 Cardinals, 7 runs, 11 hits for St. Louis, 6 runs, 10 hits for the Mariners. No errors by either team, which is nice. But again, it definitely feels like this slugfest could potentially be won, with a 1-run victory. And again, hopefully the Mariners can find a way to win this game 8-7, 9-8, something of that nature. And again, maybe the home runs are not over yet for either team. Soriano enters the game here for the Cardinals. First pitch to Garver. Little check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did. 0-1 count. All right, George Soriano in the matchup now against Mitch Garver. 0-1 pitch. Low and away. Four-seam fastball. 94 miles an hour there by Soriano. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mitch Garver. 1-1 pitch to Garv. And Garv gets a piece of that one into deep left field. Back, all the way to the wall. Wow, what a catch. Unbelievable. Wow, robbing a home run from Mitch Garver. Nathan Church And just like that, that could have been 7-7, but Mitch Garver gets robbed by Nathan Church. What a grab. Isaac with a 20. Appreciate you. We've had quite a few home runs robbed from us this year. We've robbed a few, but it feels like the other teams have gotten more from us than we've gotten from them. That's unfortunate. Garv getting a real good piece of that. Next up is Cole Young. First pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle with the changeup, 88 miles an hour, 0-1 count. It's like we've robbed a home run here, a home run there, Ref Snyder, Julio. But again, we had the Joe Adele game where we had 3 home runs robbed just by him. And Cole Young with a deep ball into center field and off the wall. Holy cow, missed a home run by 6 inches. And Cole Young sliding into second, safe. Wow. Man, if he just would have had a little bit more, that hit the top of the wall. And missing a home run by maybe 6 inches to a foot. Wow. Nice double there by Cole Young. And just missed of having a 2 home run game by mere inches. And Will Wilson is done, and they're going to bring in Dominic Canzone. Man, the bats are alive here today. Wilson has a home run already, but that is it. And now we'll see if Dominic Canzone can get in on the hitting party here. The Italian Stallion coming in. Come on, Dom. All day in the building. What's good? This is a crazy game. Again, a lot of, things kind of going ass backwards. It's like Stranger Things in the upside down. Brian Wu is terrible. We're hitting the ball, on a crazy level. But obviously the Cardinals are matching. Both teams have 11 hits. A lot of home runs by both teams. It's just, much different than yesterday with George Kirby pitching a gem. 1-0 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike to Dominic Canzone. And also, we're hitting left-handed pitching. Normally, when we end up having our righty lineup, we suck, and we suck on the road. But again, we ended up getting the good victory yesterday with Kirby. And the momentum, obviously, is carrying over from that last win at home versus the Athletics. That led to the good outing by Kirby. Unfortunately, it didn't lead over for Wu today, but at least the bats are alive, and we still have a chance, even though Wu won't get the victory today. 1-1 pitch, fouled off. Right down the middle, change up 90 miles an hour there by Soriano. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Dominic Canzone. Come on, Dom. One-two pitch, and Canzone, here we go. Nice base knock, go baby, go. And that's going to be a tie game. Dominic Canzone, the Italian Stallion, coming in with a pinch hit RBI single, and we're knotted up at 7. And it feels like we just have as good of a chance as the Cardinals for this victory. Let's go. Trident's up. The Italian Stallion. I love it. Nice job. Next up, getting a chance to play, Luke Raley. Let's go, Luke. Make it happen, Luke. Let's go, Luke. Get us a nuke so we can go up 9-7. We've been trailing now since we had the 2-0 lead. And again, it would be nice to be able to have a lead again and not look back. First pitch to Luke Raley, big swing and a miss. Slider, 87 miles an hour there by Soriano. 0-1 count. What a wild game. I feel bad for Wu, but it is kind of exciting to see the bats come this alive. Obviously 12 hits for the Mariners, 11 for the Cardinals. A very back and forth game that normally we don't, match up very well, on the road, as well as left-handed pitching, but something in the air today. 0-1 pitch, big swing and a miss. Change up 89 miles an hour by Soriano. No balls and 2 strikes to Luke Raley. Luke, we need a nuke. 0-2 pitch, high and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Luke Raley. And if we don't get a nuke out of Rayleigh here, just, get a single, get on base to keep this inning alive. Come on, Luke. 1-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Down goes Rayleigh, but hopefully the next bat will get something positive out of him, and that is 2 away. And at least he didn't hit into a double play. That would have been worse. So, and at least we have one more batter left potentially. And again, we got the big dumper, Cal Raleigh, who's been on a hot streak as of late, and he's 2 for 3 today with 2 singles. On deck is Julio Rodriguez, who homered in the top of the first inning for his second home run of the season to give us the early 2-0 lead, but that didn't last for very long. First pitch, takes a strike, looking low and away from Soriano. Change up 89 miles an hour, 0-1 count. Oh, 1 pitch in play, little dribbler to first. Toe tap on the bag by Burleson, and that is out number 3. But again, at least we were able to tie the game up, slowly but surely. And again, we've scored runs in every inning except the third. So we got 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second. The third inning, we didn't get anything, but we've gotten 1 run in the fourth, 1 run in the fifth, 1 run in the sixth. I mean, how often have you watched a Mariner game in 2026 where we've gotten 12 hits and we've been able to put up runs in every inning except 1? Like fucking none, right? So again, if we're going to compete and we actually fought back, we have to win. Let's go to the bottom of the 6th inning and see who's up next here for the Cardinals. And the Cardinals have scored in the first 3 innings, but we've held them scoreless with Jose Ferrer in the 4th and the 5th. Wild that Wu gave up 2 in the first, 1 in the second, 4 in the third, and then Ferrer comes in and ends up being clean. But that's exactly what we needed if we had a chance in this game to come back. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Next up, in the 2-hole, 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI, DHing today, Ivan Herrera. Batting second, in the 3-hole, first baseman, Alec Burleson. And batting third in the 4-hole, right fielder, Jordan Walker. And it looks like Cooper Criswell's coming in. It looks like Leo Ribas is coming in at third base. So a lot of substitutions, it seems like, for both teams moving forward for the rest of the game. And let's see if Cooper Criswell can play like Ferrer and be clean here. All right, come on, Cooper. You might have been able to do it for the Red Sox, but we really need you to be good like Ferrer was. Let's go. I mean, this is a huge game, again, to win the series, after only winning 1 game against the A's, the momentum obviously moving forward. And then we got the Twins on the road after this, which is traditionally never easy when we play them, regardless if they have a winning record or not. And then we come home with the Randy Johnson celebration against the Royals and the Braves. So, I mean, the Royals have struggled on the road like the Astros and the Mariners. But again, no one is easy at this point. 0-1 pitch, fouled off. And out of play, sweeper 80 miles an hour. Takes a strike looking on pitch 1 right down the middle by Cooper Criswell. And now we got an 0-2 count here to Herrera. 0-2 pitch to Herrera, and he hits him. Jesus. Come on, Cooper Criswell. What's up with our bullpen pitchers hitting batters? I mean, even if some guys are crowding the plate, that's unexcusable. What are you doing? This isn't Boston, Cooper. And we might need our first double play of the game to bail us out of Cooper Criswell here. Next up in the 3-hole, first baseman 0 for 3, Alec Burleson. On deck is right fielder Jordan Walker. We need a strikeout and a double play, or a double play and a strikeout. Come on. Man, Herrera being hit 8 times already. That's like when we had Ty France. Or maybe Randy last year. Come on, Ems. I mean, we battled ourselves back to tie this game up. We don't want to lose it based on hitting guys. First pitch to Burleson. Big swing and a miss. Beautiful cutter. They're high and away by Cooper Criswell. 0-1 count. But a lot of fight in this Mariner team for being one of the worst teams on the road. And again, we have to have that Uncle Mo and that momentum, carrying over from that last, victory against the A's yesterday, with Kirby being a magnificent. And then obviously we're trying to continue that win streak. 1-1 pitch incoming here shortly. Big swing and a miss. Another nasty changeup low and away. Beautiful. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Alec Burleson. Yeah, we got an 11:15 game today on the West Coast and an 11:15 game Hawks tomorrow. So adjust accordingly if you can make it. A lot of things have happened in this game. 1-2 pitch, big swing and a miss, and down goes Burleson. And that is 1 away. Julio had a home run to start the game off with a Cal Raleigh single, 2-0 Mariners. And then Brian Wu had his worst outing of the year, giving up 7 runs. And J.J. Weatherhold and Ivan Herrera ended up going back-to-back in the bottom of the first inning, and then the game was tied at 2, and then we've just been kind of going back and forth with home runs and RBIs. It's been wild. 7 runs, 12 hits for the Mariners, 7 runs, 11 hits for the Cardinals. Wu with his worst outing of the year, but the bats came alive for once. First pitch to Jordan Walker, takes a strike looking down the middle, 79-mile-an-hour sweeper, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, high and away, 4-seam fastball, 91 miles an hour by Cooper Criswell. 1 ball and 1 strike to Jordan Walker. And then once there's more photos of Cooper Criswell, then we won't have to use any of the former team. 1-1 pitch, low and at the knees. Looked like it was kind of in the strike zone on the line, but no challenge here. 2 balls and 1 strike to Jordan Walker. 2-1 pitch, a little dribbler up the middle. JP is there, double play, throw to first, got him! You ask for the double play, you get the double play. Huge. And that's exactly what we needed after Cooper Criswell ended up hitting a batter, which, is kind of common. Him and Jose Ferrer, for whatever reason, and Cole Wilcox, and Casey Legomina, even though he's not on the team anymore. A lot of these guys would have a tendency of, hitting guys, which is obviously not ideal, when you're trying to make a comeback. But we finally get the first double play. You ask for it. Finally, for the first time in the 6th, we get it. And now we have a chance to be able to take the lead. And we haven't had the lead since the top of the first inning when Cal got a single to left and Julio hit his 2nd home run of the season. Let's take the lead 8-7 and not look back. Let's see who's up next here for the Seattle Mariners in the top of the 7th. Next up for the Mariners, 2 for 3 with 2 runs, 2 RBIs, Julio Rodriguez. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a K. First baseman Josh Naylor, who has been the MVP in that last A's game and the first game here against the Cardinals. And batting third, 1 for 2 with an RBI, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Right ends up, let's go M's. Stanek is coming in for Soriano. All right, 108 likes, 92 to 100. So Julio homered to left, 402 feet. Raleigh scored 2-0 Mariners in the top of the first. Weatherholt and Herrera go back-to-back, 2-2 in the first inning. Wilson, playing in his first game from the Tacoma Rainiers, homering after Garver got a single, 4-2 Mariners. Then Church homered in right center in the bottom of the second, 4-3 Mariners. Wynn singles to right. Walker scores, 4-4 in the bottom of the third. Church hits a sac fly to center. Gorman scores, 5-4 Cardinals. Pajes homers to left, 7-4 Cardinals. Cole Young homers, 7-5 Cardinals. Arozarena sac fly. Julio scores 7-6. And then Dominic Canzone with a single to center. Young scoring, making it 7-7. So that's your recap if you're just tuning into the broadcast now. So again, we've shut them down in the last 3 innings, and we've scored runs in every inning except the third. First pitch to Julio, pops it up, and an unfortunate out there to J.J. Weatherholt, and that is 1 away. Work the count, Julio. Next up, in the 4-hole, Josh Naylor, 1 for 3 with a K. And in the 5-hole, left fielder, Randy Arozarena. Yeah, Church dropped a home run in left field by Mitch Garver. So we could have an 8-7 lead right now if that didn't happen. But again, we've robbed only a couple home runs by Refsnyder and Julio earlier in the year. But it seems like we've had, 5, 6, 7, 8 home runs robbed by other teams, 3 by Joe Adell. So we're definitely not winning in that category yet, but hopefully we'll catch up. Oh, 1 pitch fouled off there by Naylor. Stanek on the mound, Naylor in the box. And a nice base hit off the former Mariner, Ryan Stanek. Nice job by Josh. Stanek ended up being on the Mariners, played a little bit with Houston, and now obviously here with the Cardinals. Nice job by Josh Naylor. Next up is Randy Arozarena. I feel good with Emerson Hancock tomorrow. Overall, he's not as good as a typical Wu or Kirby when they're on. Obviously not Wu today, but Hancock is more trustworthy than Castillo and Gilbert this year. So again, if we can find a way to win this game, we'll have a chance for the sweep. So just got to find a way to be able to, have this pitcher or pitchers for the Cardinals have a mini meltdown. And even if we only win by a run, we won't care, even though it's Wu's worst outing. But I am confident in Hancock, even though he looked a little shaky in his last outing. And then obviously getting robbed in the Padre game when we were up 6-2, and Mooney and Ferrer gave up 5 in the 9th, and we lost that. But that wasn't on Hancock. So, overall, Hancock has been, pretty damn good. And it's all about, can we get run support for our, players? Call overturned on that ABS there. 2 balls and no strikes to Randy Arozarena. 2-0 pitch, high and inside. 3 balls and no strikes from Stanek, the former Mariner and former Astro, to Randy Arozarena. Maybe this is the mini meltdown that we've been waiting for. If we can put on a couple runs here on Stanek, it could be enough. Runner goes, and safe. Here we go. Naylor stealing second. And again, Naylor didn't have a whole lot of opportunities to steal bags, let alone any Mariner player, before the Astro series. But since then, things are starting to come alive, with the base running and the hitting. Unfortunately, the starting pitching and the bullpen are slightly going sideways, depending on the game. But again, hopefully we'll be able to put together a full game, starting pitching, bullpen, defense, and hitting, and find a way to win this game here today. Even though the pitching obviously went sideways with Brian Wu. I've never seen him pitch, this type of way. But again, early afternoon game, got to give the Cardinals credit. They were locked in today. And again, at least the Mariner bats matched what the Cardinals bats did as well. So we're in it. We're tied at 7. 3-2 pitch. Hard hit a ball by Randy into shallow right field. Popped up and caught. And Naylor decides to stay at second. Didn't have a chance. If he would have went to third, he would have been thrown out by a mile. So good decision there by Naylor. And we already had Cal try to be aggressive early in the game and steal second and got thrown out. So we want to make sure, that we keep our guys on base. We don't want to have any cheap outs, especially late in the game here. Next up, 0 for 2 with a base on ball, shortstop J.P. Crawford. And then they got Romero potentially coming in, and Stanek obviously not doing too well there, the former Mariner. And another pitcher here. They're going on their 6th pitcher already. All we need is that big meltdown. JoJo Romero coming in. All right, JoJo Romero coming in to face JP Crawford. And hopefully JP can end up getting Naylor at second home to take this 8-7 lead, unless he ends up getting a home run. And that would be best case scenario there for JP. See if we can talk this into existence. Let's go, JP. 10 one-run games this season with a 4-6 record. 277 one-run games since 2021. That's most in MLB. 499 one-run games since 2016, and that's most in MLB. So, again, we're used to one-run games, but hopefully we can get a little bit of Mariner magic, some Soto mojo, just like in this photo here from JP Crawford. Let's go. Tridents up. JoJo Romero enters the game, a lefty here for the Cardinals. First pitch to JP, takes a strike looking high and inside, 0-1 count. Top of the 7th inning, runner at second, Josh Naylor with 2 outs. We're tied at 7. 13 hits for the Mariners, 11 for the Cardinals. We fought back. Now we just have to try to be able to take this lead and not look back. 0-1 pitch. Pitch is high and inside, sinker, 95 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to JP Crawford. Come on, JP. 1-1 pitch, low and away. Good eye there by JP, not biting on that pitch low and away with that sweeper. 84 miles an hour. 2 balls and 1 strike to JP Crawford. Single, double, home run. Find a way to get on base. Come on, JP. 2-1 pitch. Ooh, that looked inside. I don't think that was a strike. But no challenge there. It looks like it was right on the line. Sweeper, 83 miles an hour. No challenge by JP. 2 balls and 2 strikes to JP Crawford. 2-2 pitch. And JP pops it up into shallow center field. Great athleticism out there. And that is out number 3. We leave one stranded in Josh Naylor. And we're going to be going down to the 7th inning stretch. Same to you as well. It definitely is something that you have to take pride in, to be a good dog father, and again, most important thing into my life besides this channel is my pup. My pup is number 1. This is, 1A, 1B. And again, hopefully you have a fantastic day as well. After this, hopefully Mariner victory, I have a second walk planned with the pup, and then obviously one really late tonight once the sun sets. But I definitely would love to go on a victory walk if we can get it here. Let's go to the bottom of the 7th inning and see who's up next here for the Cardinals. Next up for the Cardinals, 1 for 3 with a run, third baseman in the 5-hole, Nolan Gorman. Batting second, 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI, shortstop Mason Wen. And batting third, 1 for 2 with a run, 2 RBIs, left fielder Nathan Church. And what are we going to do with pitching? So we had Wu go 3 innings and give up 7 runs. Looked like dog shit today, his worst outing of the year. Jose Ferrer comes in for 2 innings and doesn't give up a run, which is wild. And then Cooper Criswell hits a batter, but comes out clean with a double play. And I'm interested to see if they have Cooper Criswell come back out again. And they're going to have Ferrer and Criswell both pitch an inning. But we will see here. Tridents up. Let's go, M's. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 200 likes, 100 on that dono train, and 5 to 15 subs. We gained 2 subs since the last commercial break. Thank you so much. First pitch to Gorman from Cooper Criswell. Fouls it off right down the middle. 0-1 count. All right, we're at 115 likes, 35 to 150. 0-1 pitch, fouled off again there by Gorman. So we're going to go with Ferrer for 2 innings and Criswell for 2 innings. And usually those guys aren't really that reliable. But again, so far, so good. And hopefully, Criswell will be able to be unscathed, here in the bottom of the 7th. 0-2 pitch, high and away. And we obviously know that Brash, Bizzardo, and Spire have gotten in a lot of work as of late, but hopefully we get a chance to bring Mooney in when we have a lead. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Nolan Gorman. 1-2 pitch, high and inside with a cutter. 91 miles an hour there by Cooper Criswell. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nolan Gorman. So the story of the day, Brian Wu giving up 7 runs in the first 3 innings. But again, the bats have come alive for the Mariners here today with 13 hits and multiple home runs. 2-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Down goes Gorman. Nice job there by Cooper Criswell, the former Red Sox, and that is 1 away. Next up, shortstop in the 6 hole, 1 for 3 with a run in the RBI, Mason Wynn. But obviously, if Ferrer can do 2 innings clean and we can get Criswell with 2 innings clean, the overall vibe and evaluation over those guys will be definitely going upwards, which is definitely what you want to see. 1-0 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Mason Wynn. Yeah, Paisley's not in the room right now, but there's a chance that she'll come whining at the door pretty soon. She has a pretty good eternal clock when she gets hungry, so. 2-0 pitch in there for a strike with a cutter. High and away. 2-1 pitch. Fouled off. Into right field. Out of play. Sinker 91 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Criswell to win. And again, we've held them scoreless since the 3rd inning, and the Mariners have put up runs in every inning besides the 3rd and the 7th. So we've definitely been consistent, in this game. The only downside that Wu, shit the bed, but at least the bats came alive. So 2-2 pitch to win, and he gets a nice single to left that just gets past Rivas and JP Crawford. Both diving for that, and they both missed. Nice hit there by Wynn. All right, we need a double play again. Nathan Church is up next, 1 for 2 with a run and 2 RBIs. Give me a slow dribbler up the middle for a double play, and then we keep this game tied at 7 until the Mariners potentially can take the lead in the 8th or the 9th. We don't have too many double plays today. We asked for one in the 6th. We got it, and right now we need another one here from Nathan Church, who homered on Wu earlier today, and hopefully he doesn't homer again. First pitch, in there for a strike. Looked like a ball to me. Sweeper 80 miles an hour, high and inside on the line. 0-1 count. No challenge there by Church. Oh, 1 pitch, low and away. Change up 84 miles an hour. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nathan Church. Bottom of the 7th, runner at first. Mason Wynn with 1 out. Game tied at 7 apiece. Criswell on the mound, Church in the box. And really the only negative thing that we have today is Brian Wu, but everything else has been great. The hits have been great. The home runs have been great. The RBIs have been great. The defense has been good. No errors by either team. It's just the starting pitching for both teams was booty cheeks. One pitch to Church. Crushes a ball in deep right field. Gone. Fucking A. Damn it. And Criswell gives up a home run to Church, a 2-run blast. And just like that, we're going to have to play catch up again. 2-run blast, second homer of the day by Nathan Church. Fuck, we needed him to be clean there, and now we're down by 2 runs. Damn it. Big game there for Nathan Church. Next up, another individual that's homered in the game, which is pretty much almost everyone that's played in the game, Pedro Pajes. And sometimes that happens when you have a player, pitch 2 innings. You might be clean in the first, but sometimes not clean in the second. And we're going to hopefully get another meltdown by one of the Cardinal pitchers before this one is over. And that also is what happens when you don't bring in Brash or Bizzardo. I mean, obviously, we bring in Spire, that could have happened as well. But, if you don't bring in one of your top guys, sometimes they'll do good and sometimes they'll give up a home run or a big RBI. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking low and away. 1 ball and 1 strike from Criswell to Pajes. 1-1 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike from Criswell to Pajes. Well, I think the balls go to Cole Young are normally, good to go. But it's usually, Rivas filling in for Donovan and JP Crawford having issues with those balls being hit in between second and third. Sometimes the guys are out of position, slightly, where that ball is hit. And sometimes it's just a good hit, that there's just nothing you can do, It's just right in between both players and they both dive for it and they just can't get to it. But we can't wait for Donovan to be back at third. Long throw to first, and he is safe. A little bit of a meltdown here by Cooper Criswell. But I think, overall, Cole Young has been phenomenal. He saved us more runs than almost any second baseman, not only just in the American League, but overall. But JP and Rivas or whoever they have at third, if it's not Brendan Donovan, it definitely can be a nightmare at times. Agreed. Bottom of the 7th, 9-7 Cardinals. Next up is Victor Scott II. And they're looking at Pajes to see if he's okay. I don't know if he ended up pulling a muscle or a hamstring or something, running to first base there. But again, we're down by 2 runs, but we're still in it, 14 hits by the Cardinals, 13 hits by the Mariners. We're showing the replay here of Pajes. He's a big boy. And initially on his run to first, you don't see anything really visually with him limping or anything, but probably going to have a pinch runner come in. Pajes is done, so at least we can't worry about him hitting any more home runs against us. Man, you must be out of the loop, Mike, if you don't know what's going on with Donovan. Donovan has been out for a long time. Obviously, had the growing injury, missed 2 games, then had the flu, missed 2 games, then missed the growing again. And left hip, and then obviously has been out for quite a long time, and anytime you end up having a player on the 10-day or 15-day IL, he's been out for a long time already. You got to be able to keep up with the team, my guy. Bottom of the 7th inning, 9-7 Cardinals. And obviously, we have missed Donovan, offensively and defensively, but again, we still have been able to win some games without him, but we definitely are hurting at third base. Even though that's not his natural position, I definitely trust him more than anybody else that we have there. First pitch from Criswell to Scott, high and away with a sweeper, 76 miles an hour, 1-0 count. But Donovan should be back, after this series is over. And if it's not going to be against the Twins, it'll be definitely by the Royals, at least we hope. Anytime you end up having growing injuries, they're usually reoccurring. 1-0 pitch, high and away. 2 balls and no strikes to Victor Scott II. 2-0 pitch, gets a strike looking with a cutter, high and away. 85 miles an hour there by Criswell. 2 balls and 1 strike with a runner at first and 1 out. Bottom of the 7th. 9-7 Cardinals. Can we get the double play to get out of this? I mean, they already got the 2-run blast. We don't need them to get any more if we're going to have any chance of coming back. We have to be down by 2 or less the rest of the way to at least give us a chance. Once it goes to 3 or more, even though we've been hitting well, realistically, we're probably done if it goes above 3, unless they have a meltdown by one of their bullpen pitchers, which potentially could happen. 27 hits combined in this game, 16 runs combined. 2-1 pitch, and that's fouled off towards first base. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Victor Scott II. How can you forget about the best hitter on the team? I mean, obviously we have a few other guys that have stepped up since his absence, but I can always tell when he's in the lineup and when he's not. 2-2 pitch, and big swing and a miss, and that is 2 away. All right, one more batter, potentially. But next up, second baseman, 3 for 4 with a run in an RBI, having a fantastic game, J.J. Weatherholt. And we can't give up any more RBIs or home runs here. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. We're still in it. First pitch, low and away, 1-0 count. One 0 pitch, popped up, and this should be the last out here. Nice job by Luke Raley getting that ball in right field, and that is out number 3. Yeah, but again, remember, Carlos Vargas was the worst pitcher in the bullpen last year. So if we did have him, would he get us out of jams once in a while? Yes, but he also would give up games for us quite often. So I miss Vargas as well, even though he was a liability for us last year and probably our worst pitcher on the team. But, with all these other guys struggling like Ferrer and, Legumina, and then we let him go, he's not on the team anymore. And then you got Cole Wilcox and now Cooper Criswell. At some point, even though Vargas was shitty last year, you kind of have hope that maybe he got a little bit better, but now he's nursing, minor and major injuries. So we don't really know what he's going to look like when he comes back. He might be terrible again. And then also Bryce Miller. We're not going to know a month from now if he's going to be good or not. So usually pitchers that are injured, it usually takes them about a month or 2 to get going. But we can hopefully hope for the best. Let's go to the top of the 8th inning, and we have a 2-run deficit to make up for. We're down 9-7. Let's see if we can get at least a run here in the 8th and maybe another run in the 9th. Or best case scenario, 2 or 3 here in the 8th inning. Next up, 1 for 3 with a run, catcher Mitch Garver. Batting second, 2 for 3 with 2 runs. Second baseman Cole Young. And batting third would have been Will Wilson, but obviously we made changes. And that would be Dominic Canzone, and then after that would be Leo Rivas. So looks like Rivas will be the guy more than likely. Top of the 8th inning, 9-7 Cardinals. Gained another sub since the last commercial break. Appreciate you. First pitch to Garver, high and inside, 1-0 count. All right, we're at 123 likes, 27 to 150. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking low and away from Romero. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mitch Garver. Come on, Mitch. And Garver got a home run robbed by Nathan Church in left field. And again, Young missed another home run. And there we go, Garver with a nice base knock that squirts through into left field. But Garver got a home run robbed, and then Cole Young missed one by about 6 inches for his second home run of the day. But the bats are definitely alive. Nice job by Mitch Garver. Game-tying run is on board. Next up is Cole Young, 2 for 3 with 2 runs, an RBI, and a K. and just missed having a two home run game by about 6 inches to a foot. First pitch by Romero, high and inside to Cole Young. Sinker, 94 miles an hour, 1-0 count. No, Vargas is more stressful than Ferrer. If you can't remember last year, then you didn't really watch a whole lot of Mariner games last year because Vargas was fucking terrible. You know, for every one good outing he had about 5 or 6 where he gave up multiple RBIs, multiple home runs, and blew saves. So I don't think anyone forgot about that. And a nice base knock by Cole Young right up the middle, and a good start here for the Mariners. Here we go. Nice job there by Mitch Garver and Cole Young. Nice single to center. Now we got runners at first and second with no outs for Leo Rivas. Rivas hasn't homered yet. And again, if we could find a time for him to do what he did in this photo and go yard or even getting an RBI, which would be fantastic. And again, the game isn't over until it's over. Let's keep the rally going. All we need is a meltdown, and we've gotten quite a few from the Cardinal pitching. Rivas shows bunt and drops it down to third. Beautiful bunt and moves both of the runners over. Great job. And again, we haven't seen too much small ball. I love bunting, and Rivas with one of the better bunts that we've seen that ended up not being safe. Great job. Runners advance to second and third now with only 1 out. And now we're having a good chance here to get a minimum of 1, maybe even 2 in this inning. Good job. Nice job by Leo Rivas. And now Connor Joe is hitting for Luke Raley. Not sure if this is really the player that you want to be, in the box, but this is the last player that we have. We've already substituted pretty much everyone. So, all right, Connor Joe. We know, obviously, him and Rob Refsnyder struggled a few games back, and they both had some magic last time Joe got a hit. He hit the third base ump, and a double got turned into a single, but at least he got the hit. And let's see if Connor Joe can give us a little bit of magic. A lot of Joe's hits can go in deep left field, so he might be able to get a sac fly for us if we're lucky. But they're going to make another pitching change. Holy cow. Cardinals are using their whole fucking roster today. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7. This is their 7th pitcher coming in. O'Brien is coming in. Riley O'Brien. So they went Liberatore, Graceffo, Brule, Soriano, Stanek, Romero, and now O'Brien. And now we have Riley O'Brien getting a chance to hopefully have a meltdown on Connor Joe. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 200 likes, 100 on that dono train. And 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it. Bang, bang. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Let's find a way. Top of the 8th, runners at second and third with 1 out. Hopefully we can get a minimum of 1, but obviously getting 2 or 3 would be great. And Joe with a big hit in right field. Go, baby, go. Nice job by Connor Joe. He's coming up big. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. The game is tied. 2-run RBI single by Connor Joe. Shame on you, Isaac, for not believing in Connor Joe. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. And sometimes it's the least likely guys to be heroes. Obviously, Luke Raley is a better hitter, but again, sometimes, you have to go through, the, left-handed, right-handed pitching and make those substitutions. And you never know. Sometimes you get a little bit of that Soto mojo, baby. 9-9, we're tied up, and we got the mini meltdown that we wanted. And it's not like Connor Joe's going to do that often, right? We know he was terrible, just like Rob Refsnyder for quite some time. Got his first hit just a few games ago, but comes up with the biggest hit in a Seattle Mariner uniform here tonight against Riley O'Brien. Next up is the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. 0-1 pitch, takes a strike looking, low and away. No balls and 2 strikes to the big dumper. 0-2 pitch, low and away. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. And especially in a game like this, everyone has been hitting. So again, even though we know normally guys like Refsnyder and Joe and Garver are terrible, in a game like this, they might be able to actually do something positive, and they have for the most part. Hard hit ball by Cal with a laser towards right field and foul. Slider 93 miles an hour. And again, I would have been happy with just getting 1, but to be able to get 2 and now potentially maybe 3, 4, 5 runs, this could be the inning where we win the game. Hopefully we can continue on with this 9-9 tie with a runner at first with 1 out. 1-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Down goes the big dumper. That's unfortunate, and that is 2 away. Got to have faith. Sometimes you got to have blind faith. Next up for the Mariners with a home run in the first inning. Great game, 2 for 4, 2 runs, 2 RBIs. Has really been on a heater in the last, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 games. Julio Rodriguez. First pitch, takes a strike looking low and at the knees. Looked like a ball to me, but called strike right on the line. 0-1 count. Come on, Julio. What a game. We haven't had a game like this all year. First game that's really been back and forth. Like, starting pitching was terrible by both guys. But then, 30 hits combined, 18 runs, pretty wild. But again, it definitely is going to sting for the team that loses, and it can't be us. We've definitely taken the momentum back. 1-1 pitch, and just gets a piece of that. Foul. Sinker, 100 miles an hour by O'Brien. I didn't know he had that in his game. 1 ball and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. Top of the 8th. 9-9 Mariners and Cardinals. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Yeah, the Mariners Angel game earlier in the area. Throw to first and safe. One-two pitch. And Julio just gets a piece as it goes towards third base and foul. Wow, Connor Joe, huge. And again, you don't really have too much faith in guys like that. Joe, Garver, Rob Refsnyder. But again, when pitching, isn't the best, even guys like that, potentially can be a hero. And thankfully, those guys were able to step up. But it was one thing to be able to get a single, but to be able to get a 2-run RBI single when we're down by 2 from Connor Joe, amazing. 1-2 pitch, low and away. Sinker 90 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. And obviously we won that last game against the A's. We won yesterday with George Kirby pitching a gem. Obviously winning 3-2, and we're trying to win 3 games in a row here. And we win this game, we win the series, and we have a chance to sweep with Hancock on the mound tomorrow. And then obviously we could go on the road to play the Twins, which will not be easy. 2 balls and 2 strikes from O'Brien to Julio. Two-two pitch to Julio. Hard hit ball into right field, fading foul. Sinker 99 miles an hour there by Riley O'Brien. 2 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 2 outs. 30 hits combined, 18 runs. And the best part, no errors by either team. It's been clean. Good defense by both teams. Crazy, crazy game today. 2-2 pitch. Julio fouls that one out of play again. Slider 92 miles an hour. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Come on, Julio. And we've been down a majority of this game, and we've been really grinding and fighting back. We've scored in every inning except the 3rd and the 7th. 2-2 pitch to Julio. And Julio pops it up and goes behind the plate, out of play, thank God. Long at bat here for Julio Rodriguez. Next pitch will be pitch number 9. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Runner at first, 2 outs. We're tied up at 9. We needed a mini meltdown. We got it. And hopefully we'll be able to keep this inning alive. 2-2 pitch. Low and at the knees. Good eye there by Julio. If that was last year or the year before, he probably swings at that. And that would have been strike 3. Now we got a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Julio Rodriguez, who definitely has shown a lot more growth and patience in the box, which normally happens when you get into year 5 through 10 in your baseball career if you play 15 or 20. 3-2 pitch, and a nice dribbler that gets through to right field. Let's go. Connor Joe making his way to 3rd, and Julio with a single. My boy. Julio is really coming to it. And again, he obviously started slow with Cal and Naylor first 10 games. But the last 14, 15 games, out of Julio Rodriguez, he's been magnificent. And now the hero of the A's game and the hero of the Cardinal game yesterday is Josh Naylor. Game-winning RBI, game-winning home run yesterday. Let's see what we can get here out of Josh Naylor. Can you be a hero for 3 games in a row? I wouldn't doubt it. Game-winning RBI against the Athletics when we went back-to-back hits with Cal, Julio, and Naylor. RBI single for the win. He had a home run in the 6th, and that was the last big hit that we got. And now we have Naylor in the box. 2 for 4 with a K. Looking good. With runners at first and 3rd and 2 outs. 1-0 pitch. Naylor! Crushes it, but it looks like it's going to stay in play. Damn it! And Jordan Walker is there, and unfortunately, we can't take the lead. I was really hoping Naylor was going to go yard with that, but it definitely fell short. But at least we tied the game up with a 2-run RBI single by Connor Joe, of all people. Amazing. Let's go to the bottom of the 8th inning, not give up any runs, and let's see if we can win this game 10-9 in regulation or 10-9 in extras. However way that we have to win this game, we got to find a way. Go to the bottom of the 8th and see who's up next here for the Cardinals and the one of the craziest games the Mariners have played in 2026. Next up, 1 for 2 with a run and an RBI, DHing Ivan Herrera. Batting second, 0 for 4 with a K, first baseman Alec Burleson. And batting third, 1 for 4 with a run and 2 Ks, right fielder Jordan Walker. Right ends up. Let's go, M's. Gained another sub since the last commercial break. 29 subs away from 23,900. 129 away from 24,000. We're approaching 6 million views on the channel as well. And we're at 138 likes. 12 more to 150. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do. Help us get to 100 likes, which we did. Let's get to 150. 100 on that dono train. and 5 to 15 subs. Let's get it, baby. And obviously we know how things are going, obviously with this game, but it's far from over. And based on, with the internet, the streaming fee, and having to pay Mariners TV, for me to be able to do this stream for you guys every day, it costs $175 a month just to do the games. So any type of support that we can get is going to be greatly appreciated, game in and game out. Bottom of the 8th, 9-9, Mariners and the Cardinals. Matt Brash is in the game here for the Mariners late, which is surprising. First pitch, high and inside, 1-0 count. And we know Brash will only go 1 inning. One-0 pitch, little dribbler there by Herrera, and foul. Pitch fouled off there by Herrera. 1 ball and 1 strike from Brash to Herrera, who has a homer early in the game against Brian Wu. 1-1 pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle. 97-mile-an-hour sinker, looking good here by Brash. Matt Brash on the mound, Ivan Herrera in the box. 1-2 pitch, big swing and a miss. Beautiful slider, 87 miles an hour, got him, 1 away. Next up in the 3-hole, first baseman Alec Burleson, 0 for 4 with a K. And let's see if Matt Brash can take care of him as well. First pitch from Brash to Burleson, low and away. Slider, 85 miles an hour, 1-0 count. A crazy game. Had the 2-0 lead. They tied it 2-2 with back-to-back home runs by Weatherholt and Herrera. And again, then we ended up taking the lead with Will Wilson 2-run blast with Garver on board, but we haven't had the lead since the 3rd inning. Or the 2nd inning, excuse me. 1-1 pitch. And Burleson gets just a little bit of a piece. Fouls that one off. Sinker at 96 miles an hour. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Alec Burleson. One-two pitch, little dribbler, Cole Young, throw to Naylor, as routine as it gets, and that is 2 away. Down goes Burleson. Matt Brash looking great here in the 8th. Next up in the 4-hole, 1 for 4 with a run and 2 Ks, right fielder Jordan Walker. First pitch, high and inside, sinker, 97 miles an hour by Matt Brash. Our number 1 in the bullpen. There's no doubt about that. Bizzardo 2, probably Gabe Spire 3, and then everyone else, it's just we hope for the best. 1-0 pitch, and he hits him. Jesus. What is up with the Mariner pitchers hitting guys? And now Walker is down, like he ended up getting, hopefully it's nothing major here. Anytime you end up getting hit in the arm, the hand, the fingers, the wrist, hopefully there is no major injury here. But that's very uncharacteristic for Brash. For a lot of the other guys, maybe not so much for hitting guys like Cooper Criswell and Jose Ferrer. They kind of do it on the regular. But this is not common for Matt Brash, and that one definitely got away from him. And gets him right on the top of the knuckles on that left hand there. Prayers up for Jordan Walker. I don't wish injuries on anyone, and, we're not a dirty team, and again, they have the trainer out there working on the hand, and hopefully there's no broken bones or anything like that. And that's unfortunate there. Definitely was not intentional. Next up is Nolan Gorman, 1 for 4 with a run and a K. First two batters, he was good to go, and then got him right on the top of the knuckles there. I hope he's okay. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Finish strong. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Bottom of the 8th, 9-9. Mariners and Cardinals. And again, we will be playing an early game tomorrow, 11:15 a.m. Pacific game start tomorrow with Emerson Hancock on the mound. First pitch, big swing and a miss from Brash to Gorman. Slider 87 miles an hour, low and at the knees, 0-1 count. And shout out to my best friend Justin. His birthday is today, and I know he would love to see a Mariner victory. 0-1 pitch, low and away. Change up, 90 miles an hour there by Matt Brash. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nolan Gorman. Woo with the worst game of the year, but the Bats, having one of the best games of the year as well. 1-1 pitch, runner goes, tag. And it looks like we get that third out. I mean, the ump really didn't make a call there. Walker is still on the ground. But Mitch Garver with an amazing throw to J.P. Crawford, and that is the end of the 8th inning. Walker caught stealing just like Cal Raleigh early in the game, but are they going to challenge? All right, St. Louis is challenging. The umpire initially, you normally see, the hand come up but he just kind of stood over Walker as he laid on the ground. And we will find out if this actually is. Oh, yeah, he got him. He got him. Got him in the under leg area there. It looked like a nice tag there by J.P. Crawford. And kind of an awkward, awkward fall there by Jordan Walker. Kind of slipped. He slipped into second base and ended up falling on his butt, but it definitely looked like Garver's throw to JP, and the tag was right on money. Right, tagged him right on the leg as he was stumbling into second base. So I think the Mariners will win this, at least hopefully. But, after seeing multiple replays, looks out to me. I don't see safe at all. But you never know what the replay booth will show. But definitely looked out to me. Trident's up. Let's go M's, and let's see if we can win this game 10-9 in the top of the 9th inning if this ends up being reviewed. And there we go. Good call. Got him on the foot as well as in the inner thigh. And Jordan Walker, after being hit on the top of the knuckles, is walking back to the dugout in defeat. And 17 hits for the Mariners, 14 hits for the Cardinals, 31 combined with 18 runs combined. We're tied up at 9. And again, we've been down a majority of this game, but we fought back very valiantly. And let's see if we can find a way to win this game, even if it's only by a run. No one cares. Brian Woo's worst outing. But if we win this game 10-9, again, we can, win the series, most importantly, and then try to get the sweep tomorrow with Emerson Hancock with an 11:15 a.m. Pacific time start tomorrow, pretty early. And again, I was, not really anticipating us, scoring this much. But again, you never know with the Seattle Mariner team in 2026. All right, let's see who we have up next here in the top of the 9th and see if we have the right people up to be able to win this game. Next up, 1 for 3 with an RBI in the 5-hole, left fielder Randy Arozarena. Batting second, 0 for 3 with a walk, shortstop J.P. Crawford. And batting third, 2 for 4 with 2 runs, catcher Mitch Garver having a good game here today. Throwing out Walker just moments ago and having a couple base knocks in this game. And getting a home run robbed early, so he would have been 3 for 4. But if it wasn't for Nathan Church, we would have a 10-9 lead right now. Trident's up. Let's go M's. Gained 2 more subs since the last commercial break. 27 subs to go to 23,900. And we're at 147 likes, 53 to 200. First pitch takes a strike, looking to Randy Arozarena, high and away, 0-1 count. 0-1 pitch, fouls that one off with the sweeper. 84 miles an hour there by Riley O'Brien. No balls and 2 strikes to Randy Arozarena. 0-2 pitch, hard hit ball towards third base. Throw to first, and Randy is out, and that is 1 away. Next up for Riley O'Brien is J.P. Crawford. O'Brien on the mound, Crawford in the box. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. First pitch fouled off there by JP. 0-1 count. Sinker, 98 miles an hour there by Riley O'Brien. Oh, 1 pitch. JP shows bunt, dribbles one down, and JP is safe. Great job. We saw Leo Rivas drop a bunt down and move runners over to second and third. JP drops the perfect bunt down and ends up being safe at first base. Nice job by J.P. Crawford. And we obviously know Colt Emerson will be taking his job sooner than later, but JP with a beautiful bunt single. Next up, 2 for 4 with 2 runs, Mitch Garver. We could definitely use a home run from Mitch here. Or even an RBI. Let's go. First pitch, high and inside with a sweeper, 83 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Top of the 9th inning, runner at first, J.P. Crawford with the bunt. 9-9 tie, 32 hits combined, 18 runs. And we won game 1, 3-2 with George Kirby pitching a gem. This one was completely different. You know, both starting pitchers were terrible, including Brian Wu, which was shocking. But again, the bats definitely came to life today. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike looking right down the middle. Sinker, 99 miles an hour by O'Brien. Throw to first, and JP is safe. And we definitely have been a little bit behind the 8 ball on the Dono train within the last week. So hopefully we'll be able to get going here today as well as tomorrow and moving forward against the Twins on the road and Royals and Braves at home. 1-1 pitch, high and inside. Sinker, 98 miles an hour there by O'Brien. 2 balls and 1 strike to Mitch Garver. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Top of the 9th, runner at first, J.P. Crawford with 1 out, and we're knotted up at 9. 2-1 pitch from O'Brien, high and inside. He's having a meltdown, and I like it. Had a meltdown in the 8th. Connor Joe with a 2-run RBI single to tie the game up at 9. And they challenge this, and they're not going to win this challenge. Nope. Cardinals fail on the challenge there. 3 balls and 1 strike to Mitch Garver. Captain's trying to get us in the right direction. Appreciate you. $10 holla. Again, you know, the internet, the streaming fee, and Mariners TV, you know, it all adds up. So obviously I want to be able to do this for a long period of time, but we need support. 3-1 pitch. Pitch is fouled off there by Garver. Count now is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes with a runner at first and 1 out. Top of the 9th inning, 9-9 Mariners and Cardinals. Appreciate you, Captain. Hopefully that'll lead to another individual to help out here on the Dono train. Time is called there by Garv, who had a home run robbed by Nathan Church in left field. And then Cole Young almost got his 2nd home run of the game, missed it by about 6 inches to a foot on the top of the wall. So, I mean, it's been a crazy, game of hitting. I mean, it's not like the Mariners are going to get 18 hits and 9 runs often. So, and pitch is low and away, and Garver with a walk. Let's go. Now we got runners at first and second with one out. And now we got Dominic Canzone. Or is it Cole Young? Excuse me. Garver walk. Crawford at second. Cole Young in the box. Come on, Cole. He's been hot today. First pitch to Young. Big swing and a miss. 0-1 count. 3 for 4 with 3 runs and an RBI and a K, and missed his second home run by 6 inches to a foot. Come on, Cole. I mean, we don't even necessarily need a home run. We get the home run, we win for sure. But, you know, you get an RBI single or an RBI double. That could really give us a very good chance. 0-1 pitch. Takes a strike looking down the middle. Sinker 99 miles an hour by Riley O'Brien. No balls and 2 strikes to Cole Young. Top of the ninth. Runners at first and second. JP at second. Garver at first with 1 out. Come on, Cole. 0-2 pitch. Just gets a piece. That one gets fouled off behind the plate. Sinker 99 miles an hour there by Riley O'Brien. No balls and 2 strikes to Cole Young. Riley O'Brien on the mound. Cole Young in the box. Let's go, Cole. One of the best players overall, offense and defensively. We love Cole Young. 0-2 pitch. Just gets a piece. Foul tip right in front of the catcher. No balls and 2 strikes to Cole Young. Come on, Cole. No balls and 2 strikes to Cole Young. Let's go, Mariner Moose. We pop him out. It usually leads to something great. 0-2 pitch. High and away. Whoa. He's lucky he got that mid on that ball there. Runners definitely would have advanced from first to second and third off that wild pitch for sure. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Cole Young. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 1-2 pitch. High and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cole Young. Top of the ninth. Runners at first and second with 1 out. We've only had the lead twice in this game. 2-2 pitch. Young is grinding. Fouls that one behind the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cole Young. We had a 2-0 lead when a Cal got a single into right, and then Julio hit his second home run of the game, or second home run of the year, and gave us a 2-0 lead, but then we got it right back with Weatherholt and Herrera hitting back-to-back on Brian Wu, and then Will Wilson hit a 2-run blast. And the second inning with Garver on board. So, you know, but since that point, when we had a, 4-2 lead, then they got a run in the bottom of the second, and then 4-3, and then we've been kind of, looking up the rest of this game, but we finally got it tied up, and let's see if Cole can give us the lead. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Cole Young. 2-2 pitch, and it almost hits him. That was really close. Jumped out of the way. Or did it hit him? It hit him. There we go. Cole Young to first base. We take that, baby. Huge. Riley O'Brien having a meltdown in the 8th and a meltdown in the 9th. And again, we have Carlos Vargas and a few other guys that would have done the same type of thing. Jose Ferrer, even though he was good today, and it hits him in the foot. And that is legit with the replay. Got him right on the back foot there. And now we got bases loaded for Leo Rivas. And again, Leo hasn't hit a home run yet, but we don't necessarily need him to. But we need Leo to come up big here. Sac fly will give us the lead. And you got to think with an RBI to bring in 2, that would probably be enough to win. And obviously if we, bring in 3, or get the grand salami, then it's for sure going to be over. But again, we just got to take it one player and one at-bat at a time. Let's go, Leo. I mean, even bunting, to get the sac bunt, sac fly, just, make sure that you only get 1 out if it ends up going that direction. But it would be nice for him just to swing at it. If we go for a bunt here, good things could happen. I mean, we've been pretty productive on bunts so far today. Leo has bunted once and got runners over, and JP was safe with his bunt. But here we go, Leo with the base knock. Yes, Leo, come home. Let's go. Let's go. 2-run score, and we're going to win this game. Let's go. 11-9 Mariners. Leo Rivas. You know how every year there's like a turning point game, in the season where you end up having a lot of crazy things happen? This is that game. The turning point in the early part of the season before the All-Star break, if we were able to hang on and win this game. We had a 2-0 lead, then they responded with 2 home runs, 2-2. We had a 4-2 lead, then it was 4-3. Then they took the lead, and we fought back, and Brian Woo's worst start of the year, and Leo Rivas coming up big. And that is a beautiful, beautiful 2-run RBI single by Leo Rivas. Let's go. 11-9 Mariners. Runners at first and second with 1 out, and we still have a chance to put up 1, 2, 3, 4 more before this inning is up for us. Let's go. And as long as we don't have a fucking meltdown by Andres Munoz, this is going to be a victory for the Mariners. Let's go. It's not over yet, but again, it definitely is looking like it's in our favor now with the Uncle Mo. Let's go. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. Next up will be Connor Joe. And again, normally Connor Joe up, you're like, no. But Connor Joe, 1 for 1. 2-run RBI single by Connor Joe. 2-run RBI single by Leo Rivas. And again, sometimes it's the guys that are least likely to be heroes that end up being heroes in games like this when pitching is off. Even the bad players end up being heroes sometimes. And again, great job for these lower end role players, not necessarily bad players, but you know what I mean. It's not like Connor Joe or Leo Rivas or, Cal or Julio or Naylor. But it's always nice to see the back end of the roster, be a hero for once. And again, we're going to remember this game, and it's going to give us more confidence, with Jose Ferrer, Cooper Criswell. We're going to have a little bit more faith with Mitch Garver and Connor Joe. And then even though Ref Snyder, didn't really get a chance to do anything necessarily in this game, 19 hits, 14 for the Cardinals, 33 combined, 20 runs combined. And again, Rivas singles the center, Crawford and Garver scored. And everyone, let's take a look at the team here, because I'll go over the stats at the very end, but looks like everyone has got a hit on the team. Except for Luke Raley. He only had 1 at-bat and then got replaced by Connor Joe, and he went 0 for 1. But other than that, everyone has got a hit. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 pitchers for the Cardinals, and we've only used 4. And again, things are looking really good now. Let's keep it moving. Let's see if we can add on another 1 for insurance. But this is definitely going to be that turning point game of the season. And again, we won with an RBI single with Josh Naylor. We won with a home run by Naylor in the 6th yesterday. And again, feels very good after, being swept by the Padres a few days back. We're starting to get back on track. And we have a chance, if we win, to sweep tomorrow with Emerson Hancock. I like our chances if we can hang on here. 1-0 pitch, takes a strike, looking right down the middle to Connor Joe. Swanson is in for the Cardinals here. What a wild game. 1 ball and 1 strike to Connor Joe. Ref Snyder went 1 for 3 today, so. Didn't have an RBI, but did go 1 for 3. Still batting under 100, but, eventually he'll be over 100 at some point. Top of the 9th, 11-9 Mariners. What a huge comeback for Seattle. Trident's up. 2-1 pitch, high and away, and then low and away. Pitch fouled off there by Joe. 3-2 pitch, gets a little blooper into center field, and that is 2 away. And runners tag up, or at least one runner tags up, Cole Young, from 2nd to 3rd. And now we got runners at 1st and 3rd with 2 outs for big dumper Cal Raleigh. And Cal gets the bat from the left side, which is great. Two for 5 with a run and a K. And again, Mariner Moose, when it comes out, good things happen, and it did again. And let's see if the big dumper can put some exclamation point on the Cardinals here. RBI single, RBI double, or a home run. First pitch to Cal with a laser into right field and foul. Top of the ninth, 11-9 Mariners with 2 outs. We got runners on the corners. Best case scenario, he hits a 3-run bomb and we go up 14-9, but we don't need to get greedy. You know, RBI single, making it 12-9 would be great just to give us one more run for insurance, but we'll see how this plays out. 0-1 pitch, high and inside. 1 ball and 1 strike to the big dumper, Cal Raleigh. But definitely, if we can win this game, this will be one of the most satisfying wins of the year. And again, after getting swept by the Padres, after sweeping the Astros, you know, it's been kind of up and down, you know, but again, you know, it definitely feels like the bats are starting to come alive. But again, with that being said, the pitching now, starters and bullpen are starting to go a little sideways. Defense has been pretty damn good throughout the season. We just got to be able to put together a full complement of a game. 2-1 pitch. High and away. Swanson having a little bit of a mini meltdown. But again, we got the meltdown by Riley O'Brien, you know, and again, we had to use guys like Jose Ferrer and Cooper Criswell, and that's not really ideal, you know, but they were good, even though they ended up giving up a couple hits and hitting a couple guys. 3-1 pitch to Cal. Cal pops it up and out of play. And usually games only last, you know, 2 hours and 30 minutes. We've already broke the 3-hour mark. And again, tomorrow's game will be an early game in the morning on the West Coast, 11:15 a.m. like today. So adjust your schedules accordingly. We got Emerson Hancock on the mound, and we'll see if we can end up winning this game and then see what happens with Hancock tomorrow. 3-2 pitch to Cal, and that's a walk. Bases loaded for Julio Rodriguez, baby. Let's go. We love that. And Julio has been as hot as ever. Let's go, Julio. Bring that electricity, baby. So Cole Wilcox and Mooney warming up. 3 for 5, 2 runs and 2 RBIs for Julio. And got his second home run of the season today to kind of set the tone. You know, to have 2-0 lead, but then Weatherholt and Herrera went back-to-back on Wu, and that was a little shocking, and that was kind of foreshadowing of, you know, things to come for Wu today, who was terrible. Worst start of the year, gave up 7 runs in 3 innings, but with that being said, we fought back, you know, with a lot of passion and a little bit of luck, and poor pitching by both teams, and this has been a slugfest, true and true. 1-0 pitch fouled off there by Julio, sinker. 1 ball and 1 strike to Julio Rodriguez. 1-1 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Julio Rodriguez. ABS has been great for baseball. We haven't been complaining really about the umps at all throughout the year. Julio has been a hell of a lot more patient in the box, and it shows, even though he started slow in the first 10 games. But as far as consistency, getting on base, you know, he's getting it to the, you know, point where it's going to be 20 plus games, and then 21, 22, 23. And, you know, eventually that home run number will go up, and again, batting average as well. Pitch fouled off there by Julio. 2 balls and 2 strikes from Swanson to Rodriguez. 2-2 pitch. Fouls that one behind the plate. 2 balls, 2 strikes, bases loaded, 2 outs, top of the ninth, 11-9. Seattle Mariners. Tridents up. Come on, J-Rod. And Julio calls time. Great day to be a Seattle Mariner fan, let me tell you. Even though Wu was terrible, you know, finding a way to win this game, very satisfying. 2-2 pitch. Foul tip into the catcher's glove, and down goes Julio with bases loaded. But we ended up taking the lead, right? And that's what it's all about. I mean, how often can you get 2 runs in the 8th, 2 runs in the 9th, you know, for the Mariners? Not often. I mean, it's very, very rare, and we did it. And we have ourselves now a 2-run lead, 11 runs, 19 hits, no errors for the Mariners. Fantastic defense. 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors here by the Cardinals. And let's see who's up next year for the Cardinals. And we'll see Andres Munoz, I think, out here instead of Cole Wilcox. Next up, 2 for 4 with 2 runs and an RBI, 6-hole hitter Mason Wynn. Batting second, 2 for 3 with 2 runs, 4 RBIs, Nathan Church. And then pinch hitting for Pedro Pajes, who ended up having maybe that hamstring injury running to first, is going to be Pozo. Yohel Pozo. Let's get the Pozo photo up. Man, what a fucking game, huh? All right, so it looks like it'll be Gorman, Wynn, and then Church. And then if we get, obviously, to Pedro's spot, then obviously that would be Pozo. But hopefully we don't get to that point. All right, we need the good Mooney on the mound. Let's go, Mooney. Let's go, Mooney. And you can tell how good Mooney is going to be on every broadcast. We mentioned it here. First 7 pitches, and that'll really determine on what he looks like the rest of the way. First pitch from Mooney to Gorman, low and away, slider, 82 miles an hour, 1-0 count. 1-0 pitch, low and at the knees, a little shaky here in the first 2 pitches. 2 balls and no strikes to Nolan Gorman. Come on, Mooney. 2-0 pitch and another ball high and away. 3 balls and no strikes to Nolan Gorman. Come on, baby. Trident's up. Let's go, M's. 3-0 pitch in there for a strike. And again, if we're not going to get punch outs out of Mooney, it's fine. Pop-ups and ground outs, are just as valuable. And again, the grip on his slider has been the big issue, but we just got to find a way. 3-1 pitch, and that ends up being a walk to the first batter, and Mooney's struggles continue. Seems like he's good, 1 out of every 3 to 4 opportunities. But again, a little bit of concern, but again, hopefully we can end up getting a strikeout and a double play and a strikeout, maybe get the defense to help him out a little bit. And, he definitely has needed that assistance this year. In the past, he could strike out the side, pretty easily, but not in 2026. Next up is Mason Wynn. First pitch is high and away, and we're going to have a mound visit already. And again, 6 pitches, 1 strike. Like I said, you can always tell with Mooney, first 7 pitches, what does he look like? If he's having a hard time hitting the strike zone and whatnot. And I think some of that is grip, and some of it is fear of going down the middle. Because if he goes down the middle and gives up a big RBI or home run, and it feels like once that happens, then it usually happens again and again and again. So he's being, cautious, but also you're hurting the team by not going down the middle or in the strike zone at least to try to get some of these guys to bite on swings. So let's go, Mooney. 1-0 pitch, fouls that one off right down the middle. 97 miles an hour, 1 ball and 1 strike to Mason Wynn. One pitch. That's a beautiful pitch there by Andres Munoz. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Mason Wynn. Top of the 9th. Went well for the Mariners, scoring 2. We're in the bottom of the 9th with a runner at first and no outs. Come on, Mooney. 1-2 pitch. Big swing and a miss. Got him. There we go. That's karma for you. And that is 1 away. Next up is Nathan Church. And again, any way that we can get these last 2 outs, whether it's a slow dribbler up the middle for a double play to help Mooney out, or if we can get a combination of a strikeout and a pop-up, or a strikeout and a ground out, or a pop-up and a ground out. We don't care. First pitch, low and away. Slider 85 miles an hour, 1-0 count. Come on, Mooney. Bottom of the 9th, runner at first with 1 out. Big swing and a miss. Beautiful pitch there. 1 ball and 1 strike to Nathan Church. Very productive day for Church offensively and defensively. 1-1 pitch, low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike to Nathan Church. Shout out to my boy Brooks Beats with the best beats on YouTube. Bottom of the 9th, runner at first with 1 out. 11-9 Mariner lead. 2-1 pitch, fouled into left field, out of play. Or seam fastball, 97 miles an hour, right down the middle. 2 balls and 2 strikes to Nathan Church. Come on, Mooney. Two-two pitch. And a little dribbler up the middle. Double play. Let's go. Game over. Mariners win. Mariners win. Mariners win. Fuck yeah. Big double play. Let's go. We want the sweep. Get the fucking brooms. Brian Woo's worst outing in 2026, but we end up getting a little bit of help. Like we said, you can tell how Mooney's going to be first 7 pitches. Didn't look good. 1 strike, 5 or 6 balls, right? But, you get 1 out and then hope that the defense can kind of bail you out since you don't really got your good stuff. But again, it was good enough to get the victory. Damn, this one feels really good. Heartbreaking for the Cardinals, but this is definitely one of those wins that you go back and look at definitely a turning point in our season. Absolutely. Final score, Seattle Mariners 11, Cardinals 9 in regulation. Let's go. We'll go over the stats here in a moment. And this is a game that no one will forget all season. Mooney with the save, baby. The Mariner Moose was definitely the good luck charm that we needed. Final score, Mariners 11, Cardinals 9 after being down the whole game. And when the Mariners win, what do? We fucking dance. Mariners win, Mariners win, Mariners win. Fuck yeah. Big double play to end the game. 11 runs, 19 hits, no errors for the Mariners. 9 runs, 14 hits, no errors for the Cardinals. And my best friend Justin, it's his birthday today. And again, just ironic that on his birthday, he ends up having one of the best games of the year. Let's go over the stat line of both teams here quickly. JJ Weatherholt had himself a game, 3 for 5, a run, a home run, and an RBI. Ivan Herrera also homered in the bottom of the first inning after Julio gave us that 2-run blast. 1 for 3 with a run and an RBI, another home run for Herrera. Alec Burleson went 0 for 5, which is rare. Jordan Walker 1 for 4, and they got hit on the top of the knuckles. Nolan Gorman, 1 for 4. Mason Wynn, 2 for 5. Nathan Church had a great game, 2 for 4, 2 runs, 2 home runs, and 4 RBIs. And he robbed Mitch Garver of a home run. He definitely had one of the best games for the Cardinals overall. Pedro Pajes went 3 for 3. And then Victor Scott II ended up going 1 for 4. And then let's go over the Seattle Mariners. So Refsnyder started the game and went 1 for 3. And then obviously we ended up having Luke Raley come in 0 for 1. Connor Joe come up to be one of the big heroes. RBI, 2-run RBI single to be able to get us those big runs in the top of the 8th by Connor Joe. 1 for 2, and he made the most of his 2 at-bats. No doubt about that. Cal Raleigh, 2 for 5 with a run. Julio Rodriguez, 3 for 6 with 2 runs and a home run. Second home run of the year in the first inning. Josh Naylor, 2 for 5. Randy Arosarena, 1 for 4. JP Crawford, 1 for 4. Mitch Garver with one of his better games of the year, 2 for 4 and 3 runs and had a home run robbed. Cole Young, one of the best games of the year, 3 for 4, 3 runs, 1 home run, and his second home run got robbed by 6 inches. And then Will Wilson, getting the call up from AAA, ended up hitting a home run in his first at-bat, a 2-run blast with Mitch Garver on board. That was shocking. Dominic Canzone, 1 for 1. And Leo Rivas, 1 for 1. And Leo obviously coming up with that 2-run RBI single in the top of the 9th. And again, sometimes it's the least likely guys, Rivas in the 9th, Joe in the 8th, that gave us 4 runs, in the 8th and the 9th inning. 2 by Joe, 2 by Rivas. And again, I wouldn't want it any other way. What a game. Matt Brash gets the win. Mooney gets the save. O'Brien, who had the meltdown, ends up getting the loss. And sometimes that's all you need. Normally the Mariners are the team that have a meltdown, but it's kind of nice for once. It's the other team having the meltdown in the 8th and the 9th. This one feels good. I'm going to have a very, very fun afternoon walk here with the pup. Hopefully it's not too hot out there. I got to eat a little bit of lunch as well. Great victory. And again, this is going to be one of the victories that we're going to remember for the whole season. And there's usually one breaking point, kind of game where you battle, you go to war. Wu was terrible. Worst start, giving up 7 runs in 3 innings. And somehow, some way, we were able to fight back and win this game. 2 runs in the first, 2 runs in the second, none in the third, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth, 1 in the sixth, none in the seventh. But most importantly, nothing for the Cardinals in the 8th and the 9th. And we got 2 runs in the 8th, 2 runs in the 9th to win the game. Not only did we tie the game, but we took the lead with 2 runs in the 9th. And again, you couldn't have asked for a better finish in this game. Make sure you guys hit that like button on your way out. Like, sub, donate, comment, share. If you haven't smashed that like button yet, please do on your way out. And I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys very much. Tomorrow, 11:15 a.m. Pacific on the West Coast. It's going to be an early morning game just like this one, and hopefully Emerson Hancock will pitch better than Wu, and the bats will come alive, and we potentially can get the sweep and the brooms. We're going to need it, because after we finish the Cardinals off, we're going to go on the road to the Twins, then come home for the Randy Johnson celebration versus the Royals and the Braves. So it's not going to be easy, but based on how this team has been hitting lately, we're definitely getting better and better each day. Love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Final score, Mariners 9, Mariners 11, Cardinals 9, and this one definitely feels good. Tridents up. Enjoy your rest of your Saturday. I love you guys, and I appreciate you guys. Tridents up, and let's go M's. Let's get it. Go Mariners.